gamble, and the game is over.
Miami defends its national title.
Wow, that can't wait. A penalty flag dropped as Glenn Sharp, the quarterback, had covered Chris Gamble in the right corner of the end zone.
He got mugged.
Pass interference will give Ohio State first down.
Sometimes it's hard to breathe. I feel like this beast inside me.
Off the front. No loss call by Ohio State. This game is over. The Miami Hurricanes have won the Cotton Bowl and sent the national champs home on New Year's Eve.
Wally, that beast is gone now.
That beast is gone, baby. And how about them Canes, man? Tonight is a party on Stallion Speaks. I couldn't be more proud of them boys the other night, man. They took the fight to Ohio State, and damn it, they weren't going to be denied. I'm telling you, it was a heavyweight contest. I was so proud of them. They fought, and they wouldn't lose. And they beat the champs. And now it is there for the taking. We're in the Final Four of the college football playoffs. I mean, guys, I want you to think about this. At the beginning of the year, 135 teams had a dream. And after these shitty bowl games all ended Friday night, there were 4 teams left standing with 3 games left to be played. And one of those 4 teams are our Miami Hurricanes. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Stallion Speaks. I'm your host, the Italian Stallion. And let me tell you something. I'd like to nickname myself the Prophecy Guy because, yes, on this show and many other shows, I said that Miami would win 24-14. I said that they were going to win by 10 points. And there was not a doubt in my mind that we were better than Ohio State. No disrespect to them and their program, but we were better. And I watched, and I'm going to give you a prediction tonight. That's not quite a prediction. It's going to be a spoiler for Thursday night. But welcome, everybody. I know that chat box is going to be hopping. I want to just get some love out of the way, and I got to get my co-host on because I know he's super excited. I mean, this is something special for the both of us because we suffered, just like many of you Canes fans over the years together, we've suffered together, 8-9 years now doing this. And so basically this is just a dream and we don't want this ride to end. That's the facts right there. But that being said, I want to give some love to the channel. As always, 155 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough, man. Honestly, what you guys have done for us is just amazing. Just keep spreading that love and that cause. Hit that like button and share it so we can get others to join that cause. Also, more than anything, too, I also want to give some, just throw it out there that the views of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization. This is solely the Italian Stallion and my guest co-host and the audience members. And also, remember, I will be putting that chat box live. Click that show link, and we're going to give everybody 5 minutes to speak your piece, because we're going to have a lot of people come on tonight. I can't wait to hear it. Let me just tell you something, guys. We have suffered for so long, honestly, so long. And I'm just going to say this, 23 years of misery finally righted the other night. And let me just tell you this. I want this to be said. We have suffered, guys. And I'm going to go through it one more time just so you can appreciate, the stories that I've heard of how many times we left games, whether you were there at Hard Rock or the OB, rest in peace, there at the end, or when you were at a win-away stadium, walking to the car, getting freaking taunted by other fans that don't even have the right to even say that they have a college football team. Yeah, they have a team that plays college football. But when we talk about the blue bloods of college football, this program made history in terms of being the fun it program, the bad boys of college football. And yeah, people thinking like they're beating those teams, those players, clowning us fans. We were like the laughing stock for 20-something years. And the other night, we said no more. We actually said no more 4 years ago when we made a change and hired Mario Cristobal. And yes, myself, my guest co-host Larry Frank, and others have been critical because we know what he was capable of. And he's still got stuff to do. And it looks like he's turned that corner. But we had to hold them accountable because we knew if you're serious about this getting back to work stuff, well, guess what? The results need to show on the field. We can't be losing to these shitty teams anymore. We have got to punch these bastards in the face every time that they don't even have a hope of winning this game. And that starts from here on out. It cannot go backwards. We can't go to the shitty Cheez-It Bowl or any of these Belk Duke Mayo Bowl. No, we're not doing that anymore. It's playoffs every year. And at the end of this journey, when we're hoisting up that national trophy, title trophy, we have a right to defend our title come next year. And then the year after that. And that's what it's going to be. We're the IT program now. We are announcing ourselves back. But the joke of the Orange Bowl, the last game, 40-0 to Virginia. The 59-0 clowning by Clemson. Other programs at our expense elevating and taking advantage because we had the people in charge that didn't give a shit about football. They'd say it to your face to get your money, but they weren't serious. They didn't give a damn. We're the ones that were heartbroken. Hired coaches that weren't ever supposed to be here. Hired assistant coaches that had no business being assistant coaches. Recruiting players that had no business playing here at the standard that we knew we're capable of. They wouldn't even be the walk-ons on the great teams of the past. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm giving you facts because the results showed it when they were getting clowned by other teams. Superior talent, supposedly, whatever that means. But that being said, Miami, the other night was for us fans, for those players that worked their asses off. This is the new foundation. This is the U Part 3 being written, as my co-host has said time and time again. And we need to enjoy this and sit back and be ready. Be ready because we're not going anywhere anytime soon. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And the last thing for this rant before I bring on my co-host who's been waiting patiently in the back, and I will give everybody their piece tonight to speak themselves. But I absolutely love this bullshit narrative of, oh, we have to do something for the favorites and we need to expand the playoff and give them a home game because it's just too long of a layoff. Shut the fuck up. Honestly, shut the fuck up with that. You know what? Then maybe they weren't as good as they thought they were. How about that one? Did you ever think about that? Indiana handled business. I didn't hear any excuses from there. It's bullshit. All right? It's no different than how we used to do it back in the day when both teams waited a whole month until all the other crappy bowl games came and the BCS and whatever else was going on at the time. These are excuses. Don't feel sorry for the favorites now. You were sucking them off about a few weeks ago. Now, the team you hate is 120 minutes away from your worst nightmare coming true. And I can't wait to make it happen. That being said, let me bring on my co-host tonight. First and foremost, my favorite brother, 8-9 years. You know him from Utah. He is amazing as always, and I want everybody to bring him on with a loud and proud applause. Not just the, stuff that I play with the sound effects and all that fun shit, but I want you to give him the love and respect he deserves because he's been calling this for a long time, and he is my brother from another mother, the one, the only, the great Larry Frank Jr.'s in the house.
Brother, how you doing?
Brother, I am doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Canes obviously got me feeling sky high, and my little subtitle down there, Fire Mike Tomlin. We're going to see how much I'm going to be putting that into the to the universe, depending on what happens with this game in the next 3 hours. But normally I would have probably kind of did similar to what Rocky did last week. Come on briefly for my team's playing, especially with so much on the line. But I can't watch it. I can't stomach it. So I'll just track the results because I'm not expecting much. But hey, at least the Canes are taking care of me. What's up, Shane O'Mac? What's good?
But brother, let me just tell you this. As shitty as the NFL has been for me for so many years now, This has been such a welcome thing. I watched my Florida Panthers the other night get embarrassed. I mean, at least they have back-to-back titles, and we knew this year was going to be whatever. I'm fine with that. But Miami is my torch right now. Miami is my torch bearer, and damn it, it's been 23 years too long, and like we've joked around, we're both grandfathers. We didn't think that was going to happen, in terms of the next time that we might be on the cusp of winning one or what have you. And I know we got work to do, but listen, guys, I'm going to just say this right now before I bring on my other co-host and so forth. And I love him to death, and I can't wait to see what he says, because I know that he was fired up last week, and he called it, man. I mean, he said the disrespect was over the top. And guess what? Keep disrespecting us. I'm hearing that we're not supposed to beat Ole Miss, even though this line has gone from 2.5 to 3.5. But before I bring him on, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, because I'm going to put my stallion cock right out there and say it. We're beating this team by 17 points on Thursday night. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Okay? We're tougher than them. We're physically more imposing than them. They have some nice little pieces. But when we smack them right in the fucking face, off the opening kickoff, whether we're on defense or offense, mark my words, they don't want none. They don't want none. This is a violent group. And let me just tell you this, I heard piss running down legs in Oxford, Mississippi, when O.J. Frederick and Damari Brown were both practicing today.
Yeah.
We fucking guys, don't even be worried about this. We fucking Thursday night. But that being said, let's bring him on. Let me tell you this. I might be the Italian stallion, but he as cold as ice and as hard as a rock. Let's bring him on, another Cajun from Louisiana, the one, the only, Rocky!
I got the terrible towel going for you, LFJ. It's not yellow.
I'm trying to keep my doggone spirits up, and you just destined to bring them down right now, because I know what's happening. I know what's about to happen.
Man, LFJ, you have got to be more positive, baby. You've got to be more positive.
I am. I'm positive Mike Tomlin's going to fuck this up. There's nothing else is different.
Rocky, what's crazy, and I know we're going to talk about Miami and so forth, but what's crazy is Larry and me, as much criticism as we get for being negative or whatever, we know our teams. We know what this story is. Thank God Miami changed the narrative for us, but the Steelers, the Dolphins, all this other shit in these other sports, the Bulls for him, I'm just saying that we know what happens. And I'd like to see the Steelers win. I don't have a love for the Ravens, but I mean, if Larry knows his team, and he's been calling this scarily for 9 straight weeks when the Steelers were firmly in the damn driver's seat. But yeah.
Well, I know my boy LFJ's not watching, but I'm seeing 60,000, whatever it is, screaming Steelers fans right now in the stadium, going buck wild. And I think they got a shot tonight, like I said last time.
In about 3 hours, you'll be seeing 60,000 crying-ass Steelers fans, because they're going to give this shit away. Just mark my words. Trust me.
We'll see how it falls out.
We shall see
how it falls out.
Well, guys, let's talk about it. I mean, obviously, we can start with the semifinals. Let's talk about the quarterfinals and so forth. First and foremost, we got to talk about this game the other night. First and foremost, I wanted to just bring up Carson Beck, man, I fucking love you, dude. The way that you buried your shoulder and said, fuck you, and said, give me some. Keontae Scott, man. Oh, my God. Jacoby Thomas. I mean, they were hitting Ethan O'Connor. And, and then I see Brandon Ennis. Like, he's such a bitch, man. I'm so glad that guy never came to Miami and so forth. You can stay up there in Ohio, brother. Like, Brandon Ennis looking at the ref for a flag call or something. And I'm like, yeah, Ethan O'Connor's half your size and just, leveled you in half, dude. I mean, kiss our ass, honestly. And the minute Messidor and Bain introduced themselves to Mr. Saiyan back there, he didn't want none. He didn't. And Chambliss is going to be the same way, because when you get hit like that and you ain't used to getting hit like that, and you look up at the clock and you still got at least 59 more minutes of that shit, you say no mas, like that famous boxing match. No mas. But what stood out to you guys, man? I just love that we took the fight to them, and realistically, they underestimated us. It was exactly the way that the game in the Fiesta Bowl went. They had more turnovers. Look, there was no controversial flags or anything of that nature, but the way that those games went were very eerily similar. We were taking advantage of turnovers. They made those turnovers. They tried to come on late. We just had more for them. And like I said, it wasn't even going to go to overtime. But what stood out to you guys? I'm going to shut up and listen. Again, I'm going to put the link up to bring the guests on. So hang with us. But I want to give everybody their fair share to speak their piece. So Larry, Rocky, whoever wants to go, you go, guys.
Go ahead, Larry.
If you would have looked at the stat line and not watched the game and not known the outcome of the score, that being Carson Beck throws for 138 yards, that being Mark Fletcher turns the ball over, fumbles in the red zone, that being on the first drive, you had 2 key drops that resulted in a punt. I'm pretty sure that 95% of America would have assumed that Ohio State won that game. Jeremiah Smith has over 150 receiving yards. Bo Jackson gets a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith gets a touchdown. I think if you were to look at the stat line, that would have signaled Miami lost. But when you watch the game and you watch how everything turned itself out to be, the game proved that this Miami team is different. The game proved that this Miami team is nasty, especially on defense, nasty and physical, and that the offense is gritty and grimy. And when you have that combination, it's going to be hard to beat a team like that. Very hard to beat a team like that. So here's the thing, Jeremiah Smith got his touchdown on 4th down. That's just how much Miami was just sticking it to him. Jeremiah Smith is the best football player in America.
Easily.
The best in America. I had in the beginning of the season, I had him and Ryan Williams as a 1A, 1B type situation. Ryan Williams, he fell off a lot. I don't think it's so much on him. I think it's more the program he's with and how everything is going at Alabama.
Agreed.
Jeremiah Smith is the best player in America.
He's a dog.
He eventually started doing his thing. You're not going to hold him down forever. Like Miami held him down just long enough to take the lead and get an advantage. Shouts out to Keontae Scott, because when it was 7-0 and Ohio State was driving, it would have been a 7-7 game, I think, because Ohio State is just unstoppable. And Keontae Scott, man, he just jumped that route and he did what he had to do. Took it to the house 14-0, and that really took their heart. I really think that pick 6 is what really set them back far enough that they were playing from behind the rest of the game.
And Larry, real quick, let me stop you. And there was a possibility that could have made it 17-0 or even maybe 21-0 if not for the Fletcher fumble when we were down there in the red zone, if you remember. So that could have been something. Yeah, keep going.
Absolutely. And they were driving on the first drive where they were moving on the first drive rather when they had those 2 key drops. I mean, Carson Beck actually made some good throws when he had to throw. But, to close it all out, man, This Miami team had a chip on his shoulder, all of the disrespect. I don't know why teams feel the need that they have to disrespect Miami. I don't know if they think they're going to get in our heads or whatever. All you're doing is giving them bulletin board material, and they're going to parlay that into motivation, and they're going to kick your ass on the field, and then they talk shit after the game when you should talk shit, and rightfully so. And the last thing I want to say, Jeremiah Smith, man, you got the national championship. You got your ring and all of that stuff. But right now, Jeremiah Smith, you are playing for a legacy. You got your ring last year. If all works out, Miami can get a ring this year. And I'm seeing some of these players and some of these visits that these guys are going to have, that Miami's going to have coming for portal visits. It's going to be some serious beef coming in that Miami locker room eventually. If they can go 2 for 2, which I certainly think they can, they address the quarterback situation and everything else. Jeremiah Smith, you may have messed up. And I get it. I get it by you not coming to Miami because at the time it was a question mark. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, when he was committing, he didn't know. I mean, prior to what Cam Ward in Miami did last year, he didn't know that would have been, had he came to Miami last year as a freshman with Cam Ward. And Cam Ward wanted him. They put Cam Ward on the assignment to try to get him. Cam Ward said it on a podcast. He called him and tried to get him to come through. But Jeremiah waited till the 11th hour to commit to Ohio State. But I say all that to say this. if Jeremiah Smith, there's a reason why you saw him embracing all of those Miami guys after the game, because he knows he fucked up. And I think deep down inside, he wishes if Miami wins a national championship and he can only get one ring, I think he would trade the one he won last year for this potential one this year.
No doubt.
It's his family, it's his friends. Like I said, he's regretting that decision to an extent. Not all the way, but to an extent. He it's just hard to put into words, but that's my take.
Rocky, before I go, Larry, to go on that, can I also throw this out there? I would argue that if you have Jeremiah Smith on this team, we're basically beating everybody like we did Nebraska in the Rose Bowl in this playoff run. Honestly.
Absolutely.
Honestly. Yeah. Wind or no wind, because if anything, the underneath opens up when you have to worry about a player like that. A&M would have had to worry about a player like that. I'm just saying, we are better than anybody that's left out there. I mean, look, I said it this morning, Oregon and Indiana, they've got some nice pieces, but at the end of the day, this is our championship to lose at this point. Now, we've got to play the games. There's 120 minutes left, but I'm just going to throw this out there. Right now, the way that Ruben Bain is playing and how he's been disrespected, his arms didn't look too short the other night, man. When he had a guy on him and grabs the running back and throws his ass down. As a matter of fact, I'd argue this. The only reason that Ohio State was still in that game was because of two Miami guys on their roster, Donaldson, the backup running back, and Jeremiah Smith. All I kept hearing about was Carnell Tate. He didn't do shit. I didn't hear shit from
anybody hear Camden Curry's name all night, or Reese?
Oh, no.
Hell.
I did hear him run his mouth afterwards that if he played this game 9 out of 10 times, that they would have won the other 9. I heard that.
Let's just call it what it is. South Florida is the reason why 3 of the 4 teams in this playoff is still playing, because the impact players, you've got Jeremiah and Donaldson over there for Ohio State. Even though he didn't do shit, Brandon Ennis, he did his part through the season to get him there for Ohio State. Go to Indiana, you got Mendoza, and I forgot his name, but the safety,
the quarterback. I forget
remember
his name. He played there. He
was Jeremiah's teammate. Jeremiah's teammate in high school.
He was at Chaminade Madonna.
At Chaminade Madonna. He got, I think, defensive player of the game against Alabama. So, South Florida is the hotbed. And listen, Rocky, listen, I'm partial to Louisiana. Rocky's partial to Louisiana. But when it comes to skill position players, South Florida, you can't go wrong if you can get your roster loaded with them.
Just ask Nick Saban.
The whole starting backfield of that national championship team was all South Florida.
Yeah. Hey, and let me just tell you this: how many?
We go through them.
Rocky, and how many stud players? And AO mentioned it this morning on the show. I'm glad that AO said what he did. A lot of teams benefited from Miami's fall these last 20 years, and Alabama was number 1 with that. Not only did they have the perfect coach, but how many of those guys that we thought were going to come to Miami, the Jerry Judys, I mean, all those stud receivers they had over the years that were in our backyard didn't come to Miami. Amari Cooper. I mean, I can go on and on, and the fact is, Dalvin Cook, I mean, all these guys went to other schools and made impacts and won national championships.
There's a long list of them. Look, I mean, Jeremiah Smith, to follow up on you, LFJ, what's up, Chris Kane? Jeremiah Smith kicks himself in the butt every day that he didn't come to Miami. That's what I truly believe. Yeah. And like you said, LFJ, if you get him in a room by himself with no cameras and say this is off the record, I think he would tell you that. Just the way what's the word that I want to use? The perception of admiration that he was showing those players after the game.
You saw it.
Showed me that, and it didn't take much. A couple of minutes of that, and that's all you need to see to just kind of get that in his skull. Yeah, I mean he truly believes that he's going to mess up. Now, I've been arguing all day with Canes fans today because it's silly season. We'll get to that later. But digressing back to the Ohio State game, I was one of the voices in the wilderness during the 9 days saying that we were going to come in and we were going to take it to Ohio State. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to come in and we were going to take it to Ohio State. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bulldozer that they weren't ready for. And Ohio State was going to get hit by a bu They took us too lightly. They were arrogant in coming in with the game. Who was that guard that they put in? Van Sickle, that they said was going to come in and like a backup guard that hadn't had a start. And they said that they were going to come. He was going to come in and handle duties and take care of business. Ryan Day made this whole thing about it, you know. And look, they couldn't handle us up front. And leading up to the game, you know, taking a look at a combination of things, a combination of who they played during the season and who gave them trouble when they played good defenses in Texas and Indiana, in the Big Ten championship game. Plus the fact that they got a redshirt freshman back there making his first ever start in a quarterfinal game, you know, taking on, I mean, these guys, these clowns from the national media and obviously, all the Ohio State fans, were giving us crap about Carson Beck. Carson Beck's got to be the most maligned fifth-year senior I've ever seen in the country, our quarterback, and all he did was come in and was the steady hand in the game, didn't make the big mistake, coordinated the offense correctly, and did what he needed to do. And no, he's not a Cam Moore and he's not a world beater. But you know what? The way our team is built and the way our team, the structure of our team, it doesn't have to be. Right. Doesn't have to be. Because we got playmakers around him. CJ Daniels had a monster game for us. Okay? Malachi Tony, just from being on the field, was a threat. And something that they had to pay attention to, which opened up other things. Still doing his part blocking. We are a physical football team based on wreaking havoc on defense and basically being efficient on offense. That's who we are.
Yeah. And can I say this? And can I argue this? The refs have done great for us. This is the difference when you have actual referees and not the trash we had to put up with the ACC. We're not getting the same stupid call. I don't know who the fuck over there needs to learn a playbook over there or protect their brands. But I absolutely love. And I'll tell you this, the reason why the refs didn't call a flag until the fourth quarter, because they didn't want to be talked about for the next 23 fucking years.
And that's the way it should be in a playoff football game. That's the way playoff football should be played. Thank God we don't have to deal with an ACC crew in one of our games to fuck it up, because they would find a way to fuck it up.
The referee play, and I know everybody brings up the SMU loss and the Louisville loss, and I'm not making a blame of the refs for any losses, but the refs, I think, helped SMU win a little bit more than the refs in the Louisville game. Because the refs the Louisville game, that was strictly Miami coming off of that bye week. The emotions of beating Florida State Friday night game. And Jeff Brown, man, he's just an offensive mastermind. He knew what he needed to do. He realized that, hey, I got to get my quarterback to get the ball out of his hands. I can't allow him to sit back there and let Bain and Mesidor get to him. And he dialed up a good game plan. So, I mean, it was more or less a great
their defense made some spectacular catches on those interceptions. I mean, they probably don't make those interceptions any other game.
Absolutely.
And credit Chris Bell and Isaac Brown being a part of that.
So that loss there, to me, I can accept that as okay. That day, Brown was better than Mario with the X's and O's. And listen, I got much love for Rhett Lashley, former Miami OC. I'm always have love for Rhett Lashley. But that SMU game, please. You had minus rushing yards until overtime. Miami shut you down in every facet of the game, and it was a lackluster offensive game plan. But let's be real. You had some bad calls that if they were called differently, Miami they win the fucking game, Now, they have to play better, and as Melvin Bratton always says when we have him on our show, don't leave the game, as Jimmy Johnson taught him, don't leave the game in the hands of the referees. But at the same time, if the refs are not calling that chicken shit stuff, we only lose one game. But I'll say that to say this. I'm glad it happened the way that it did. It put us in the position that it put us in. It put us to where we had to sweat it out to go into the playoffs. We got seeded, and where we had to get seeded on our side of the bracket. If we finish the season with one loss, we win the ACC championship. We probably wind up getting one of those top 4 seeds. Or who knows? Because right now, having a bye week in the first round of the playoffs is not good. Teams are 1-7. So you know what? I'd rather just go ahead on and play from the beginning and stay fresh instead of having a
Well,
28 day
well,
later.
and I love the narrative now. It's like, well, maybe those teams didn't deserve those top seeds because let's look at schedules, okay? Look, Georgia was living on borrowed time, guys, okay? Before everybody gets on that hype, okay? They should have lost to Tennessee if Tennessee had a fucking kicker.
Right.
They got fucked by the refs. The refs helped. The refs fucked Auburn in that game. Let's be real, okay?
Yep.
They did lose to Alabama, and look, that wasn't even a good Alabama team. They lost to at home and lost their winning streak. Okay, so before everybody gets scared of this Ole Miss thing or whatever like that, let's just take a step back. This isn't the normal SEC. Yes, they had some good teams this year, but realistically, their performances in the bowl games, whether who opted in or who opted out, have been abysmal. They have arguably been terrible. Okay, and furthermore, the narrative. And then the ACC refs. I mean, and I'll get to your question in a minute, Anthony. I got you. Don't worry. We're going to get you on and so forth. So don't worry about that. And the chat box is hopping. I know that. But the truth of the matter is this, guys. That referee crew from the SMU game was calling that boring ass Orange Bowl where nobody showed up with Texas Tech and Oregon. And look at that crap. I mean, there were penalties. I mean, they do not even belong in the semifinals. And let me tell you this. If it's not Miami, there shouldn't be an ACC referee crew in the championship game between Ole Miss and whoever else. I'm just saying they don't deserve to be in there.
Stallion, I posted it before the playoffs even started. I said the ACC officials should be banned from these games.
Facts.
Because they're not good. They're not good enough. You said it the other day. They think that they are there to control and manage the game, and in a sense they are. But they're not there to decide the game with these dumbass calls and these dumbass flags that they throw. Some that we've seen in the Oregon-Texas Tech game. There was a couple of them that I called out as, oh, here we go again. It must be – I posted. I was like, man, I feel sorry for the Ducks and the Raiders. I said, they got to deal with this damn crew. And everybody was like, what do you mean, man? And I'm like, trust me, if you played in the ACC, you'd understand. So yeah.
Oh my God! And it was abysmal. I mean, and it's that same Italian asshole. It's that same guy, and they have his name out there, and he's not even worth mentioning. He's a piece of shit, and he's the same guy that fucked us in the Carrier Dome last year. Honestly, I mean, look, our defense was trash, but I'm just saying that And let me just tell you this. But before we go and I'm going to post a link. I'm going to let everybody come on here. I want to talk about Mario. His demeanor in that game, he was very matter of fact. He was serious. We run this shit. I love it. And that's the Mario that I thought we were going to get at the beginning. And I'm glad whoever had a conversation with him behind the doors, it's Oregon Mario. It's Nick Saban Mario, okay? Yeah. And I don't know who had that talk with him, Larry. That's not my business. I'm glad that talk was made. I'm glad that if our comments, your comments, Devin's comments, or whoever else that we've been ridiculed for pissed him off, then damn it, then give us $1, honestly. Everybody give us $1 because guess what? Then we contributed to this indirectly because that's what a good company does. They hold their CEO accountable because you don't want a bunch of yes men around you or you will fail. See the WWE right now. Back then, you've got to hold some people accountable, honestly, and make sure that the right decisions and the right things are being done. Mario won the offseason, in my opinion. He couldn't have done better with the transfer portal, how everybody's worked out. He got the right defensive staff. Heatherman needs to be the Broyles Award winner. No matter what happens, he is the Broyles Award winner.
Easily.
Let me say this on the subject of Heatherman. You're getting all of this extra money from your wins in this playoff run and not having to split it with the ACC. Should Miami win the national championship, they will get a total of $32 million extra. That's all theirs. Let me tell you something. You have the money pool to get the players in the NIL. Take that $32 million and take a big ass chunk of it and say, hey, Corey Heatherman, come here. I need to talk to you. We need to re-up. We're keeping you here for a while.
Yeah. And not to troll, not to troll. Does that mean that we have $2 million potentially more than the chicken guy that gave Lane Kiffin for LSU's NIL or whatever?
Absolutely.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Todd, let me tell you something. Todd Graves and company down here with Raising Cane's. Listen, like I told you, I love Lane. I've always been a Lane guy, but Lane right now, and it's like the trajectories of both of those guys, because it was always Lane and Mario, Lane and Mario, Lane and Mario. And I always had Lane up here above Mario. But it's almost like the football gods, somebody up there in football heaven must have looked at me and said, all right, Larry, I need to show you better than I can tell you. And now Mario has transformed into being what I thought Lane was. And Lane is an asshole, which he always was an asshole, but he's asshole to another level right now with what's going on with his situation. Just to get on him for real quick, I get, you know, what happened at Ole Miss. I know Ole Miss tried to call his hand and said, look, you're not coaching this team if you're leaving to go to Baton Rouge. But Lane could have handled it better. If Lane was going to take the job, then, you know, Lane should have said, okay, respectfully, then, you know, good luck, you know, because he's not going to give up the opportunity at LSU in Baton Rouge. But on the flip side, I also fault LSU, because LSU, you're out of the playoffs. You're nowhere near the playoffs. Why not let Lane stay? Say, look, we'll hire you, have everything, you know, under the table, in-house, behind closed doors, come to an agreement. Let's not say nothing, and let him do what he does, because the greatest season in Ole Miss history that was architected by Lane, guess what? He's not a part of it. And now the fact that he already got Kevin Smith ain't going back to Ole Miss. Kevin Smith said he ain't going back to Oxford. You got those other 4 or 5 coaches that they're doing double duty. But I really feel like with this injunction, with this potential tampering lawsuit that Ole Miss is preparing to put against LSU, you cannot possibly tell me that, one, LSU is going to continue to pay Lane Kiffin based off of wins at Ole Miss, knowing that they're going to get slammed with a damn tampering lawsuit. And 2, Lane Kiffin is not going to see Ole Miss have an opportunity to win a championship without him. Those 2 factors alone I don't believe it. I don't see it. I really feel like Lane, this team is going to get sabotaged this week. Wait for it. Just watch.
And I'd argue Kevin Smith was the most important guy that needed to be there, because he was a coaching guy on our staff.
Yes.
He knows our tendencies.
Yes.
He knows our tendencies.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, maybe he doesn't know Heatherman, but he knows players. I mean, he was around when Ruben Bain was there. Like, you know, I mean, that's what I'm saying right there. Anthony, I'll answer this question real quick. You know damn well if Miami beats the Rebels, when we beat the Rebels, the excuses are that half the coaching staff had already had one foot out the door and already gone to LSU. Let me just tell you this. I don't give a damn about that, because nobody gave a shit last year about – listen, I could argue this. If Carson Beck doesn't get hurt, there's a good possibility Georgia's your national champion last year. The way they were playing last year and that team and so forth, they were rolling. And realistically,
and he's
Jeremiah would really –
he's probably staying in Georgia at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know?
Georgia doesn't jump on him and run him out of. If Georgia don't jump on him and run him out of town the way that they did, which I personally think they did on the fan base.
They did.
I wanted to I'm going to go back to Mario for a second. Now, okay, the ghost. Okay, Mr. Old School, our coach Mario, the ghosts of Kane's past right now are on top of Mario's head. You know, over his back, watching
on the sidelines. Keep going.
Well, some of them on the sidelines, but all the rest of them, all the names that you don't see on his head, in Mario's mind, they are all there. We talk about Mario being locked in and Mario being the guy. Well, Mario understands the stage that we're on and the opportunity that he has, and all those ghosts from Miami Hurricanes past are all in his ear right now, going, "Look, dude, it's your job, like it always was in old days. It's your job to uphold the standard of the U with this opportunity you have in front of you." That's why he is as locked in as I've ever seen him locked in as coach of the Miami Hurricanes right now. So that's what I got to say about that as far as the Mario that we're getting now versus the Mario that we've seen. Now, the Mario that we've seen, you know, it's 70-30, you know, because he's built a great roster. You know, he's used his recruiting acumen and, you know, his ways of getting players to Coral Gables to be able to build the roster what it's being. But let's face it, sometimes he screwed up on game day. We've seen it a bunch of times during these seasons while he's been coached from Miami for 4 years. Now we're in the playoffs. Now the chips are down. And we've said it before on here, when the chips are down, Mario kind of shines, you know. And I loved his comments the other day after the game and post game during the post game press conference. We're a part of a collective effort here at the U. I thought that was a very, very smart comment for him to make. And it's not just him. Obviously, coaches are going to be, it's about the players and it's about this and that. But just the way he framed that answer for that reporter, I thought was very smart. As far as Lane, LSU's not happy. Ole Miss isn't happy. I don't see how Lane Kiffin is texting "Good job, guys" after Ole Miss, wins the Sugar Bowl, and you got a purple and gold sweatshirt on. Secondly, the things that I got off that LFJ, correct me if I'm wrong, was that he even tried to go to that game.
He did
with the governor.
He did
of Louisiana.
He tried to go there with Landry. And
what?
I don't know. Somebody must have gotten his ear and said, "Look, you're not going nowhere near that stadium. We got a basketball game here. You come and debut."
Probably the governor.
Here. Probably so, because he hasn't been too smart with his involvement with LSU football.
He tried to be on game day too. He tried to be on game day too, from what I understand.
So Stallion, he is. I mean, talk about two hats that he's trying to tightrope. You can't do that at LSU, LFJ. Are you kidding me? Those guys ain't having it at all. I mean, they want him there. Do you know, Stallion, after the Sugar Bowl game, when that game was over, those assistant coaches, they went straight to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
They didn't go back to Oxford.
Charlie White was on a plane 12 hours. Yep. He was in Baton Rouge 12 hours the next day. He literally jumped on the plane and flew out.
And they're under contract right now. They're under legal contract with the state of Louisiana at LSU, quote unquote. So,
but Rocky, real quick, not to cut you off, that's a very important tidbit of information that a lot of people not here don't understand. It's not just LSU calling the shots. It's the state of Louisiana that has a lot of involvement with LSU's football contract structure. If the brass, that being the state brass, and a lot of them are big-time LSU alum, feel like, you know what, enough is enough. You have him pull those guys and bring them back right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, that money that he's getting is being paid by LSU.
Yeah.
Who has to approve that?
The
state.
governor, the state.
The brass. Yeah.
So
and Stallion. And
you're not going to have it. Go ahead.
And Stallion, if you think anybody at LSU gives a gee whiz about what's going on in Oxford,
no.
Dig again, brother.
No.
They don't give a about what the hell's going on with
the only thing that LSU cares about is being in this position next year and kicking Ole Miss's ass on September 19th or whenever that fucking game's played next year.
And that's why Golden, when he came out in his press conference, he said it right there too. It's out of his control. He doesn't control who's going to be there come Fiesta Bowl. So
and here's the other thing too. And before everybody gets, listen, look, whether it had been Georgia or Ole Miss, I wanted Ole Miss because here's the truth of it. Georgia would have been whatever. I didn't want that extra pressure on Carson Beck to do anything more than he needed to feel and all that storylines. It's bad enough, like Larry said, we've got this Fiesta Bowl narrative, the disappointment of losing to Maryland in '84. The Vinny Testaverde 7-interception game against Penn State that was inexcusable in the '87 Fiesta Bowl. I don't even really count the '93 Fiesta Bowl because nobody was really into that. And Arizona had a really good team with Teddy Bruschi. They won 29-0, and that's the whole horrible Rusty Medeiros game that ruined his career when he had a knee injury. We always have these guys that have great careers at Miami that get hurt in final games, unfortunately, and that just happened to be another one in the Fiesta Bowl. And then last but not least was the damn flag from 23 years ago. So realistically, that was then. We've got, it's a new building. It's not that same building in Tempe. It's now in Glendale in the Dome or whatever, but we need to exercise the name of it. And it's not the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl anymore. It's this Verbo bullshit Fiesta Bowl. But we are going to handle business Thursday night, guys, because I'm telling you.
I would argue. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Stallion. I would argue that there's a bunch of stuff that we need to exercise during this game. We'll get into it. We will. And down below, I look, the Ole Miss coaching staff issues. Look, the one thing is we just need to worry about our game plan. And as you guys mentioned, we were violent. We took the fight on both lines of scrimmage to Ohio State. And I'm not trying to disrespect Ole Miss right now, but if you watched Ole Miss this year, okay, they
were not the physical animal that Ohio State was and some of these other big teams up front. And Miami's going to bully ball their ass right away on Thursday night. I am calling this right now. Miami's going to win this game by 17 points. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Clown me. But I was right about us being 14 points better than A&M. The wind affected 3 kicks that if they are made, that is the final margin of victory. I said that we were 10 points better than Ohio State. That was the margin of victory. And I believe in my heart of hearts, we are 17 points better than this Ole Miss team. They will get some points, but we will be getting touchdowns. I think our defense might bend at times, but they ain't going to break. And yes, their kicker's amazing and will make 50-yarders in the domes, but 7-3 each time down the field goes into Miami's favor. And all I'm saying is that Trent Chambliss, Lacey, they were getting physically hit by Tulane and were in and out of the tent that game. Yes. What's going to happen when Bain or Chase Smith or Messidor or Thomas, anybody, Jacoby Thomas, knocks the absolute shit out of them guys?
Thank you for saying that, because I'm looking and I've been talking to a lot of people. I see Anthony, he's putting it in the chat. Look, y'all, not y'all, but I'm talking about to the ones that have doubts. Ole Miss, they've got some players, but we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. The defense is Swiss cheese. Miami's going to have their way. They're going to roll down the field. Listen, Ole Miss won this game the other night more because Kirby Smart was not smart. Kirby was an idiot the other night because, as I said this morning, you do not go for it deep in your own territory at your 30 and you're down 3 late in the game. Punt the ball, rely on your defense. When he did that and didn't convert, Ole Miss gets the touchdown. They go up by 10. But guess what? Georgia still goes down the field and ties the game eventually. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, yes, Ole Miss won the game, but they did not win the game because surely 100% on their offense. They won the game because Kirby made mistakes. They won the game because Georgia's defense has chinks in their armor, the same chinks that if we would have matched up with them, Miami would have taken advantage of. Ole Miss is coming in to play a totally more different, violent, nastier defense, and we've got defensive coaches that are going to be ready for this shit. We done already took on like 5 mobile quarterbacks all season. I'm not worried about Trinidad Chambliss.
I'm not either.
Lacey can't run in real quick, Rocky. I'm going to let you have it real quick. Lacey can't run in between the tackles. The only time Lacey really gets going is off tackle. So if he tries to go inside off the A gap, he's done. He ain't getting nothing. And at the end of the day, Trinidad Chambliss, if you want to take off and run, come on and run. But I promise you, go look up Zachariah Poison when he got that chance to put that shot on the Pitt quarterback and knock the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. So we're good, guys. We're good.
We are good. Rocky. We are good. Rocky, go ahead, and then I'm going to post a link, but everybody just wait your turn, please. Go ahead, Rocky.
I was just going to say 67th ranked rushing defense in the nation. Yeah, coming in against us, that's not good, folks. That's not good. Mario and them are going to see that, and they're going to be licking their chops. This offensive line is going to see that, and they're going to be licking their chops. The one thing, the one trump card, I'm going to get killed. The one trump card that Ole Miss has got for a miracle. And guys, I'm not saying, look, we're the better team. We are. They got tempo. That's the one trump card that they've got on offense is they've got tempo. And if whoever's calling the plays, the water boy for Ole Miss is smart, what they'll do just to give themselves even an inkling of a chance is run tempo all night with those quick throws, RPO, quick throw out, quick throw out, quick throw out. That's something Georgia couldn't do. That's something Texas A&M couldn't do. They tried. Ohio State definitely couldn't do it. That's one thing that Ole Miss has got that the other 2 teams didn't have. But even that is not sustainable. It's risky, and it's not going to last forever. You can't lean on that the whole game.
That's right.
Can I make an argument real quick, Rocky? And this is what I'd argue with that and so forth. What's going to be very interesting, I said it before, was the who's going to win the coin toss. I was actually surprised that Ohio State went on defense first right off the bat. I thought that they wanted to maybe go on offense when they won the toss to see about jumping on us early. And like Larry said, we had a couple throws that were just dropped, and we could have maybe gotten down there and had a good game plan overall. My point is this. if Miami is the away team again, and based on the seeding, we will be, and I believe we're going to be in the all-white uniforms again, while Ole Miss is the home team based on seeding. When we call the toss, I would like us, honestly, for this one game, let's get the ball first, and I want to establish the tempo and go right down the field, a methodical drive, smack them, run Fletcher, Brown, and Pringle downhill, mix in some short stuff as well, like we've been doing, call a good game plan, and I honestly think we take off 6-7 minutes right off the bat and get 7 right off the bat, and they're down 7-0. Sure, let them do their tempo. But if they go 3 and out with that type of thing, and their defense gets back on the field, and we go down there and make it 14-0, it's over. Just like that. That would be my game plan if I was Mario and the group. That's what I would do. And you don't even have to pay me $9-10 million. And you have the personnel to execute it. So, but with that being said, Anthony, you've been waiting patiently. 5 minutes, sir. Welcome to Stallion Speaks. Brother, as always, please speak your piece.
Larry and Rocky, I have a question for both of you. Since you live in that state, are both Tulane and the Raging Cajuns public universities, or are they private like Miami by chance?
Tulane's private. Louisiana Lafayette's a public university.
Yeah.
Oh, the Raging Cajuns?
Yes.
Louisiana Monroe.
Public.
Both of them are public?
Yep.
Yes. Only two.
Okay. Honestly, like I said in the chat, I feel Ole Miss is a better matchup because Georgia is basically almost a carbon copy of us. Do you guys agree? Like,
I agree with that.
Like, that would be, people would say that would be a boring game. Do you guys agree? Because we're both defensive teams?
No, I don't think it'd be a boring game because can I tell you this honestly, and I'll stop your time right now to answer that, and you guys chime in as well. I think that Miami, Georgia would have been a phenomenal game. I think you would have gotten more of the same of Miami and Ohio State. We went after a lot of the guys that they have, and they went after a lot of the guys that we have. Some went to Miami, some went to Georgia. And so basically, I just think that physically they would have been able to match up with Miami. Then you throw in the Carson Beck thing, Beck versus Gunner and all that. I think you would have had possibly a fabulous, if not maybe the national championship game there. Before the actual national championship game would have been played. But like Larry said, I don't know what the hell Kirby was doing. He choked that away. Michael Lynn said it in the comments as well. But realistically,
David Pollock said it on C-Ball Get Ball.
I'm sure he did.
Pissed.
I'm sure he did. So, but guys, am I wrong with that? I mean, I think that it would have been a phenomenal matchup. I don't think it would have been boring by any means. I think that it would have been two studs going at it.
It would have been a phenomenal matchup, but I'm good with matching up against Ole Miss because I didn't need all this Carson Beck pressure going up against Georgia because, like I said, we don't need him getting his head messed up, putting too much emphasis on them. I need Carson Beck to just be clearing the brain, clearing the head, do what you got to do. And right now with Ole Miss, you can do it. And at the end of the day, he's got to score to settle with Ole Miss to a lesser degree because the last time he played them, he didn't look so good when he played them. And
you guys believe actually the passing game is going to be opened up because of how horrendous the back end for Ole Miss is?
Yeah, Anthony, I do. I think this is a game where our offense is going to be able to. Our offense is going to get loose. Our offense has a chance to get loose this game. Yes.
Beck's going for 300 with multiple scores.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a great balance of the run and the pass in this game. I mean, I see positive yards. I mean, if the Gators' offense, as pedestrian as they were, Anthony, and everybody watching was able to muster that, I mean, we're the Gators' offense on steroids or what have you, and
with Lagway,
and that was with Lagway. And they were doing that against that defense.
and what pisses me off about these odds that Vegas is giving is it feels like they're giving way too much respect to the precious baby of the SEC with the Rebels because it's like they don't watch any of Miami's games. Like, have they forgot we shut down like 3 or 4 mobile quarterbacks this season with Castellanos? CJ Carr's a mobile quarterback.
Anthony, they don't care, Anthony. They don't care. In other words, you got to look at it like this. It ain't Miami versus Ole Miss. It's Miami versus the SEC. Right, if it's Miami versus the SEC or Miami versus the Big Ten, Miami is never going to get the love it truly deserves. It's just like when we matched up against Ohio State. We said it here. There's no way in the world with us having better offensive line play, better defensive line play, better quarterback. The only thing Ohio State had an advantage, in my opinion, of was the wide receivers. That's it. Miami checked the box with everything else. And you telling me that Miami was 10 points not as good as Ohio State? It was bullshit. Same thing with Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So you
Bottom
think,
line is,
and
you think they're going to give
Anthony? My point would be, what else is new? We've been hearing this is 3 weeks in a row. We've been hearing this now. I mean, Texas A&M. Well, we were going into 108,000.
Yeah, and I brought it up in the Rocky. I brought it up in your previous stream that it feels like, in general, the media is still with this narrative that Miami's a Make-A-Wish team. Like, we don't even deserve to be here. Like, we got lucky that Notre Dame.
They're scared, Anthony. They don't want this to happen. They know what's about to happen. They just don't want it to happen. It's their nightmare.
Let's just call it what it is. Miami should be at least a 7-point favorite in this game, minimum. But they're not going to put that big line. They lay Miami and give them that big line because it's an SEC team. Sure. They can't put Ole Miss as a favorite because they know Miami's a better team than Ole Miss. So what do? They set the line at 2.5 to 3 because they have.
So you think if we face either, you think a team like Indiana would be a 10-point favorite over Miami?
I think anybody we face in the national championship will be a favorite. We're at home, so we're not gonna be an underdog at home against either Indiana or.
No,
I think we will.
You think so?
Didn't Stallion just say that the home and away teams are done by seeding? Rocky.
Yeah, so
won't we be away?
We're still the lowest seed. We're the lowest seed no matter what.
Yeah. So Anthony, so if we go to the national championship game as a 10 seed, I think we're gonna be the visiting team at home.
Yeah,
I believe.
And we'll be a dog.
Yeah. And what's even funny, I read a story about it, that if Miami is fortunate enough to get there, we can still have our own locker room because the Miami Hurricanes locker room is not considered the home locker room. It's the Dolphins locker room at the stadium. That's the real nice one at Hard Rock Stadium. And that would be opened up to either Indiana or Oregon, whoever's fortunate enough to win the other semifinal.
So I asked
let them go over there and get that bad juju that's in that locker room. Let them
I know, right?
I asked a question in the chat for you guys with the refereeing in general. It's a general football question. Why is it that referees, both in the pros and college, seem to like have a quick trigger with penalty flags instead of letting the players play?
Because they're reactive.
It depends. And I would say it depends on the crews. Some crews are better than other crews.
No, I've seen SEC refs that have quick triggers.
They're reactive.
They're reactive.
They don't go through. Go ahead, Stallion.
Oh yeah, no. What I was going to say, Anthony, to be fair with it and so forth, is what's crazy is that the referee crews that you've seen for the Big 12 and the SEC were selected because they were the best that those conferences had to offer. What's the scariest thing is that the ACC's considered best crew was the garbage that reffed that Orange Bowl game 2 days ago, and was the same group that was throwing ridiculous flags on Miami.
With that Italian guy you hate so much?
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes. Those are that's the scariest thing. That's what the ACC had to offer when all these other conferences have offered what you've seen up to this point. Go ahead, Larry.
It's funny since that guy retired, the SEC ref that retired recently, the guy who's like the in the studio all the time talking about the rules and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm
talking about? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Ever since it seems like the refereeing in the ACC went downhill ever since that guy retired, or was he even worse? You think he was bad?
Let me say this real quick. We got a guy from my area, Rocky's area, named Carl Johnson. Been an NFL official. He's come up from the ranks of high school to college to the pros. 35 plus years of refereeing from high school. And when he would come home when he was in the league and I'd run into him, I'd have a conversation. And one year I asked him, but this was on the NFL level. I said, why is officiating so bad in certain games? And this is what he told me. He got to the highest stage in the league. He got up to the actual office in New York. The way he broke it down and the way he told it to me was, you've got the side judge, you got the back judge, you got all these different people watching all these different things to see what infractions are going to be committed. And he said that a lot of times, as I said earlier, these guys, they are reactive. They're watching it in fast time, and a lot of times they will double guess what they see. They know they see one thing, A lot of times you will have officials that, depending on the venue, they will throw flags because they're just reactive. They're not fully looking at it and really taking everything to account. It's a reactionary thing. And that's what you're seeing with a lot of these officials. And that's why, and he told me, they should have some sort of a replay system, and you're starting to see it right now in college where calls can get, reviewed, challenged, and reviewed and reversed.
Yeah, replay assist.
Yeah, replay assist. But this was years ago. This is like maybe 10 years ago he told me this.
Right.
So to answer your question, Anthony, the bad officiating that you're seeing is just reactionary from the refs. Now, why are some conferences better than the other? Well, SEC, guess what?
They pay their referees really good.
But they also have meetings. And whenever you start getting complaints on officiating crews, emails are sent out, meetings are had, and listen, heads are put on the chopping block. So the thing about it is, to answer your question in a nutshell, this shit show of officiating from this ACC crew, it just hasn't been addressed. But what do you expect? It's the ACC. Look what else did happen with the ACC this year.
Yeah. No, and I have a conspiracy. Like, I'm not sure if this is crazy or not. Remember Tim Donahue, the NBA referee that got
he was betting on games.
I feel some of these referees that are making these bad calls are betting on games and benefiting from certain teams losing. You don't.
Larry's argued that too, because they're not. There needs to be a union. These guys have regular jobs. They do this also on the side, and so that also they're working for somebody. Obviously.
Hey, Anthony, guess what? They want their parlays to hit like everybody else.
Damn right they do. Damn right they do. So yeah, Anthony, you got 1 minute, brother. You got 1 minute.
Okay, who do you guys have? Who's your underrated X factor for this game against a player that no one's talking about? For me, it's Alex Bauman, the tight end.
That's a good one. I'd say Lofton. I think Lofton's going to have a big game as a tight end. I think that he's going to be used in the game plan, and I'd even throw out there CJ Daniels. Now that he's healthy, you see what an impact that guy has on the game for Miami.
How about that young tight end from Ohio, the big kid, the six? I forgot his name. Do you know who I'm talking about, Larry?
The 6'8" guy. He's the 6'8" guy.
Not Luka Gilbert. What's his name?
I think it's Gilbert. I think it is.
Luka Gilbert.
Luka Gilbert. Yeah, I don't know if he's
why
like a Mario tight end.
I started to say Luka Doncic. That's why I had to catch myself. Like, wait a minute. No, that ain't him.
Yeah, Luka Gilbert. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, because I feel Luka Gilbert is a Mario tight end if you ever saw one. Do you guys agree with me? Him and Bauman are. I like Lofton, but I don't think he's a Mario tight end because he doesn't block consistently enough.
He's just 3 inches too short.
I would argue that's the reason Brock Shot right now is in the portal, because I think Luka Gilbert's probably looked good in practice. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. An unsung hero, Anthony. I'm gonna give you one. I mean, it's not really an unsung name, but he hadn't broke out yet. That's Carson Beck. I think Carson Beck has a big game against Ole Miss. And he hadn't really. I mean, what's been his yardage? 138. That's his top game so far.
138.
I think he goes for 250 to 300.
I think Bryce makes a big interception in this game.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, no, it's gonna be there for the taking. So, Anthony, I got to get some other people on, brother. Thanks for the love and support. Stay in the chat, okay, brother? So be back.
All right,
later.
All right.
Next, we got Coach Shane O'Mac is in the house, man. What is going on, brother? Welcome to Stallion.
What's up, fellas? What's up? How y'all doing tonight?
Peace.
Oh man, well. Man, that was a great freaking game the other night. I was glued to it. So, man.
And let it be known, you're a Tennessee fan. You had no rooting interest in that. Nope. Go ahead. So,
but I hate the Buckeyes. I hate them with a passion. I hate their entire fan base. I hate that program. I hate everything about them. I will openly go against them in every game they ever play.
The question is,
they could be playing Alabama, and I won't say RT ever. I'll just say, go that Maroon team. That's how much I hate Ohio State.
The question is, though,
it was so great see Miami take it to Ohio State the other night. Man, I loved it every second of it. That was a good way to start my New Year's.
The question is, Shano, you being an SEC guy, how big of a fan are you of the Rebels?
Yeah, no, like being at the bar and
I don't know if you can hear me.
Trying to do my thing while watching the game.
Well, hey Shane, let me ask you this. I don't know if you can hear Rocky. He had a question for you. He asked,
I couldn't hear him.
Are you being an SEC guy? SEC guy. What's your feelings towards the Rebels, especially them playing the Canes on Thursday night?
Part of me feels the football gods, those that control this game, are going to do anything they can to make Lane Kiffin look like a fucking idiot. So it's going to be a close game. That's probably why the spread's, 2.5, 3.5 points right now?
Yeah.
Watch the officiating and see what happens.
Okay.
Somebody's going to get screwed somewhere.
Hmm.
And giving the way college football does not like the way Lane Kiffin does everything, I see things swinging in Ole Miss's favor, but we also need to see what happens with that coaching staff that's still in place leading up to this weekend.
Gotcha. Shane, let me ask you this. Being an SEC guy, and I know how much you hate Alabama, were you surprised at how bad they lost the other night to Indiana? Talking about the semifinal games and so forth.
I was in complete shock because I went 3 for 4 on the games. The Indiana-Alabama game was the only one I missed, and I thought that game would be closer. I was not expecting Indiana to just blow Alabama out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
Alabama didn't even look like they deserved to be there, which I had that argument the whole time. Alabama didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. If we go back to our show, I said Notre Dame should probably been there over Alabama. You can't give me a 3-loss team saying they deserve it over teams that have lost 1 and 2. So it was shocking, and now rumors are circulating that Ty Simpson will hit the transfer portal.
Saw that.
I've heard that.
And Tennessee might be a landing spot.
Yep. What are you guys' thoughts, and you too, Shane, being an SEC guy, the fact that Kentucky's going to throw somewhere between $5 to $7 million at Sam Leavitt to be their quarterback, and he's not gone through a full season injury-free? There has to be some stipulations on that contract. They're going to throw $5 to $7 million to Sam Leavitt to be their quarterback for Kentucky.
Kentucky's stupid because they're going to throw all their money at a quarterback, and they don't have anybody else there.
Yep.
Throw all your money at basketball and rebuild what you had with Calipari and just continue to be a basketball school. You're never going to be a football school. Stop trying to be one.
I don't know if you
guys
guys
saw
it.
Beat in by everybody else in the SEC, except for Vanderbilt. You should always beat Vanderbilt. This last year's been a fluke. And just focus on basketball.
Go ahead, Rocky. What were you going to say?
Yeah, there's some stuff out there on Leavitt. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but there's a knock out there on him right now. Something about inside the locker room.
That's what I heard too. That's what I heard.
I can't hear anything Rocky's
saying. Yeah, no. Rocky was saying, just to let you know, that there's a knock on Leavitt anyway. Something that happened in the Arizona State locker room or what have you. And actually, he was almost asked to leave before he declared for the transfer portal. Something was going on there, and there's a knock on him right now. And so forth is what he was saying. So yeah, for sure. So yeah. Shane, you got a minute 20 left. You think it's a close game. What do you think about Ole Miss being the more finesse team, but Miami's physicality? Do you think that's going to be a difference in this game if you take the referee factor out of it and you had these two teams straight up playing? What's your thoughts on it? So
give me the physicality of Miami all day over the finesse of Ole Miss. Ole Miss is just the offense is amazing to watch. It's Lane Kiffin's offense, even though he's not there. But this time of year, it's about physical football. And give me Miami by a field goal.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, I don't give a damn if it's by 1 point. I just want to win to keep moving on. That's all I care about being a Miami fan.
I'm right.
Yeah, for sure. Well, brother, thanks for coming on. Have fun at the bar. I hope you're with the Buckethead girls again. Anyway.
I've got to pick up my son, and he's got school in the morning. So.
Oh, that's right. School does start tomorrow. But listen, we'll catch you on Wednesday night. And, of course, guys, Coach's Corner with Shane O'Mac starting here in the next week or so. So, definitely going to give him some love when his show airs on the Rebels with a Cause channel. But, Shane, blessings, dude. Happy New Year, okay, brother?
Happy New Year. Yes, sir.
Chris Kane, you are on, brother. This is going to be fire. I can't wait to hear this. Welcome to Stallion Speaks, my brother. Chris, speak your piece.
Chris Kane.
Do I hear him? Chris? He's unmuted. Anybody else hear him?
I don't even see him.
I don't see him.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry. Wait, here he is. Here he is now.
There
There he is. Wait a minute. There he is.
See you?
All right, now I can hear you, brother. Good. Welcome up, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, gentlemen. Stallion, Larry, Frank, Rocky. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey.
Good evening.
I love the subtitle. Yeah. Ole Piss Your Next. So I love it. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, got some news today. You know, some good things going on in the Cane Nation. Found out that you know, we got some people out there that was injured that's actually practicing right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, we got some good people, but you know, hey, you know, don't tell nobody. But basically, I just feel like this is a game for Miami to lose. This is a game for Miami to win. I've really looked at the different angles from this game and looked at the analytics from it. Like for instance, like right now I'm watching the Ole Miss and Georgia game.
Which one? And the first one or the second one? Just curious.
The one from the Sugar Bowl.
Okay. 2 nights ago. Okay.
And I'm looking at so many opportunities that Georgia had in this game to bust this game wide open.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen so many different things that they could have done completely different, that they're like right now they were down 21-12 going into to halftime. They get the ball back they're up 21-12. Sorry, excuse me. And they get the ball back at halftime. They go a 3 and out. Ole Miss gets the ball, and then all of a sudden, it's like they get a stop right here, but then they go ahead and it's like they forget what happened. You see what I'm saying? Like they always sat there and said that Georgia was a second half team. You know what I'm saying? They're always a second half team. Well, they did good in the first half. So did they reverse it and get slower in the third and fourth quarter when they actually needed it? Because they're up by 9 points and they just let Ole Miss, like this guy right now, I'm sitting here watching it, and he's just running all over them. Like I don't get it. Like they're blocking Georgia. They're doing all of their front line. Like Chambers had like all kinds of time to throw that ball. They kept everything in front of them, but they played like off the ball. But here's what I noticed though. At certain times in that Ohio State game and that Texas A&M game, we kept everything in front of us. But here's the thing though. Here's the problem. When we kept everything in front of us, we wrapped up and hit the shit out of them. Georgia didn't do that.
Right.
Georgia is not the same Georgia that they were when they repeated the first and the second time and the second year.
Facts.
So the way that they wrap up is just so lazy and lackadaisical. Like this is ridiculous. Like I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's like Gunnar Stockton is what? How big is he? Like how tall is he? Like 6 feet?
He's listed at 6 feet. I think he's closer to 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
To be honest.
Okay. So because see, here's going to be the difference. Gunnar Stockton is now throwing this ball in number 52 to defensive lineman. He batted the ball and almost took the ball and almost caught it. See, the difference is Carson Beck is 6'5". So he can see over that line way better than what Gunnar did. You see? Now I'm
And I'd
sitting here
argue,
looking.
and Chris, real quick to stop you, real quick,
Yes.
and I'm not going to take any away your time. I'd argue
Okay.
that Georgia's offensive line was a liability at times, and Miami's offensive line is playing great right now. I mean, these
Yeah.
guys, the grades that were given out, Brockmeyer has gotten his shit together, which was kind of the problem in the midseason. They are not only pass blocking and giving a clean pocket to him, but they're run blocking their asses off right now.
I'm telling
Honestly.
you. And the one thing about it though, everybody's sitting here talking about how they're blocking and oh my God, this is ridiculous. I'm watching this dude Chambers run all the way to the goal line, turn around, come back, and hit the guy for the first down. And the dude from Georgia just went ahead and hit this dude, but couldn't stop him. Jacoby Thomas would have scooped his ass up and would have threw him back 5 yards.
Chris Kane, Georgia's defensive secondary was exposed in that show.
Oh, they were trash.
Very much exposed.
Their secondary is ass water.
Yep. And you know what the sad thing is? A lot of the guys that they had back there were guys Miami really wanted. Ellis Robinson, Bolden was another guy. He was injured, and I think it really hurt. But Joel Aguero was another guy that we wanted a couple. He was out. He didn't even play. He was in street clothes with his jersey on. So that hurt their secondary at safety. But still, do you have enough 4 or 5 stars or whatever bullshit that is? I mean, they were getting torched out there. And on the flip side, Chris, if you noticed, their DBs couldn't cover Georgia's wide receivers. I'm surprised Georgia didn't throw the ball down the field more. I mean, there was this one white boy, and I'm not trying to be mean. He was getting abused out there, Larry. Just abused on that one drive by Georgia, man. Honestly. And just imagine him being up against Tony or Daniels or JoJo Trader or whoever we got running out there, Marion. So, yes, I'm not worried about this game.
I'm really not.
I'm not worried about the game, but at the same time, I'm not taking them lightly neither. And see, the thing about it is like a lot of these guys now that know that this game is coming up, they're focused on this game. They're not taking nobody for granted.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing any of that stuff. Like this 2-point conversion that was supposed to happen, that Ole Miss just got, like he just pushed off this dude Everett off of Georgia, and this dude Chambers, the quarterback, is just walking around like he's like the best thing since apple pie. Like he's not that guy. And Gunnar Stockton is like running for his life. The offensive line is just like it's like you trying to pour water inside of a filter, and it's just not what it's supposed to be. Like Ole Miss just exposed their whole offensive line. Ain't no way in the world that this would happen to daggone to Beck like this, because we played way too much and we watch film on this type of stuff. Georgia did not watch film on this.
No, they didn't.
They did not do enough.
If you want to come on,
this.
if you're still in the chat, there's the link to come on. I will definitely give you your piece to come on for 5 minutes, brother. Please, I would love to have you come on. So
yeah, definitely. This is ridiculous.
Chris, I want to give you 45 seconds. In your opinion, am I wrong with my 17-point prediction that I'm going out there and putting it out there? I just think that we're just better. If we play our game and don't turn the ball over and we're focused right now, I mean, we're locked in. And, as much of a story it is that everybody you should root for Ole Miss because what's being done to their players is terrible. And it's one asshole that's this. But here's the other thing, too. But Miami, you can't undo the disrespect that was done to Miami by the Joey Galloways, by the media, by everybody. We're not even supposed to be here. We weren't even supposed to be one of the 12. But here we are. And I even said we got a puncher's chance. And right now we've done everything we've needed to with that puncher's chance. Go ahead, Larry, before Chris.
But real quick, as everybody is latching on to Ole Miss, and I get it rightfully so because of what's happening with them and rooting for them, equally, I would think a lot of people should be latching on to Miami because how we got clowns coming into the playoffs and they said we didn't belong and we're taking teams out. We knocked off the damn defending national champions, for God's sakes. Like, what more? It's like I get it and I really get it. I really do. But at the end of the day, and maybe I'm being a Miami homer. I don't know. But let's not sit up here and act like Miami shouldn't be getting support from across the board too, because they look how the playoff committee did us. They disrespected us the whole time. So we need to get ours too.
Come on now.
This is a question for everybody, including you, Chris, from Anthony. Is it a bad game plan for the Rebels on defense to play so much zone and off coverage against a guy like Malachi Toney the whole game?
Hell yeah, because Beck's going to pick them apart. Because they're not going to get – look, they're not going to have the pass play versus our O-line. They can't play zone the whole night. There's no chance in hell because Beck's going to eat them alive if they do that.
Yeah.
Do it. No. Go ahead and let them do it. Let them do it.
They're going to have to take chances. Blitz. We're going to have our hot reads with Toney. We'll eat them alive.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah, let them do it. Let them do it and see what happened to their head. Now, I will say this, though, and it's two things. For one, I feel that with what you were saying, as far as with the 17-point, I believe that you are absolutely wrong on this one, though, Stallion.
Okay.
I believe. Fine. And the reason being is because you should have put it to 24.
Oh,
yeah.
I like it.
You know, I like it. See, you're wrong, but you're wrong in the right way because you didn't give them enough points.
Yeah.
See, the thing about this is you got to remember when Beck went against Ole Miss, he was in a Georgia uniform. One thing about Beck, he don't forget.
He doesn't. And Lane's already put it out there to help. Lane's already put it out there to help. I couldn't believe that. So
because he's not he's to the point of where I was in another uniform, but you still did what you did. And let's just be understood and let's just be crystal clear on this. You're not going to do that again because you don't have the line that you had at Georgia with what they did in Oxford. And they barely won that game then.
Facts.
The defense.
And that's the same. And that O-line there that Georgia had then was weak. And it started to show cracks in the armor then. And they still went to the SEC championship and still beat Texas twice that year.
Chris, go ahead, Rocky.
Yes,
Chris Kane, the defense that Ole Miss had last year was 10 million miles better than the defense that they have this year. And all those reasons why Carson Beck was so maligned at Georgia, just what you said, cracks in the offensive line, all the drops, is why he's sitting in our lap today and why he's hurt.
And Chris, not only did he not have the offensive line that he does right now, he don't have the receivers.
And I was just getting ready to say that too.
Because the receivers he got now can actually catch the ball.
Right. They got sticky fingers over here in Miami. They had the dropsies over there in Georgia. And honestly, the balls that he was throwing over there were not bad balls at all. They were actually the balls that they needed to go ahead and do.
He's always
you see what I'm saying?
By the way, one more thing about the Georgia Ole Miss game from the other night. Colby Young, Jaden Harris. How y'all feeling now, fellas? If y'all are out
there. Here's list for you guys.
You saw the picture after the SEC
and Josh Horton.
Oh, yeah, when they were
throwing to you down. Yeah.
Fuck all three of you.
Yeah, enjoy your fishing trip, bitches.
Yep. And real quick before I let you go, Chris Kane, let me ask you this. How funny would it be? Everybody talks about, rooting for Ole Miss, just to give it to Lane Kiffin. I bet all those Georgia fans are really going to be issuing some sort of apology that they didn't to Carson Beck when he's hoisting that national championship trophy in, little over 3 weeks away. So, yeah, that's a fact right there. So,
I mean, honestly, if it was me, I just feel like and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get ready to go. With Carson Beck, with this stuff happening the way it happening with him, and this is a point that Larry Frey brought up earlier this morning. Basically, it was now he doesn't have all of that pressure on him with the Georgia soccer story. Right. He don't have all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that everybody wanted to compare. That was supposed to be the fairy tale story. We're going to see what happens with Beck versus Georgia to see who's going to be the pillar. You got the person that took you got the former, the 5-star that came from Georgia versus the backup who took his spot. What's going to happen next? Tune in next on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
And
Nah,
Chris
you ain't
King,
dealing that this time.
Chris King, now the roles are reversed. Now you got the young and the Russells with Ole Miss. And who's going to be coaching Ole Miss? And who's going to be on the side?
It is the young and the
talking to their
Russells.
players.
Yeah, what kind of pennies is Lane Kiffin going to take away from Ole Miss this time? What's going to happen? What's going to happen with the scandal with him and the 19-year-old girl out there in Oxford? Oh, never mind. I should have said that out loud on the show.
Well, I mean, you're facts. So, Chris, I'll say this much. If one could even argue maybe that secretly Beck wants this matchup for retribution because this was the one team from last year, that he, he checked this one off to beat, honestly. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Just because Miami hadn't played him, Beck's played him. So, yeah, I mean.
Right.
I still say, guys,
he's gonna
Lane has not made the phone call yet. The phone call is coming. At some point, the phone call is coming.
Oh, yeah.
Lane has too much control over this staff. And the thing about it, the puppet masters, that being the state brass in Louisiana, is going to talk to Lane, and a phone call will be made. So
there was an announcement made today, gentlemen, that Charlie Weiss Jr. is going to be the offensive coordinator at the Fiesta Bowl. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I know that.
Yeah,
we'll find out about that. Bullshit. He won't be there. Between now and Thursday,
ain't happening. He might be prepping them for it, but he won't call that game Thursday. I can promise you that.
All I'm going to say is this, guys. And this is. I'm glad that we're in the position we're in. We don't have any coaches looking elsewhere, and if they are, they've kept it business as usual. We right now, the players that have left that have entered the portal, see ya. But right now, everybody's locked in, and they know it's like that scene from Major League. Honestly. Win the whole fucking thing. And that's where we're at. We're 120 minutes away from being the kings of college football once again. And the narrative of the media right now, piss is going down their leg because this is the one thing they didn't want to happen. And they sure as fuck didn't think it would happen this soon either. They didn't. So those are facts. So yeah.
We need to discuss silly season if we get a chance tonight.
Let's do it. We can do that next. So, Chris, you got anything else, brother?
Nah, man. I'm just gonna chill and listen to the show, man. I'm just gonna listen.
Appreciate you, brother.
And go from there, man.
As always, man.
Go Canes. Oh, and by the way, I just got in my Ed Reed jersey.
Oh, I remember you talking about that one. So yes, so yeah, from that.
Oh. How long
ago you ordered it? Because I need to get some stuff ordered from that site. How long did it take to come in?
God.
About 4 weeks ago, he told us about it, if I'm not mistaken.
About a week or two, they sped it up for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
They sped that up. I got my Ray Lewis, and I had that stuff there, but I got me some other stuff coming with that too. So
did you get your plaque, Chris?
I did not.
Right.
I did not get that yet.
You got with Devin on it? You emailed him?
No, I did give him my address and I did send that off. But I was just gonna give him time because I know Devin be busy, be busy and stuff like that. So I was gonna give him time. But I will tell y'all this though. If y'all are in the area, and I just talked to him today, y'all know the guy that sponsors Coach Hayes' show at Interstate Sports. Gifts and stuff. He actually has in his store, and he's a legit store. He's on Facebook, and you look him up. And you seen? Did y'all see some stuff over there?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
He got like the greats like in plaques, like for the cards and stuff. They're already in the plaques, like already in there. And I got some stuff I got to go get from over there. I'm talking about from decals to jerseys to car flags, truck flags, mats, tire. I mean, even the caps that go on your air tires and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of them. I got to get me some more because somebody done stole my damn thing. But a good thing I got me some extras. Everything that you can think of that's in the cane, he got it. Everything. And football team, national football team, NFL, Steelers, them banners and stuff that y'all want for the Steelers and all of that, and for the Bears and for the Giants. Well, I'm a Giants fan or Cowboys fan or whoever fan that you are. If y'all want a Super Bowl or whatever the case is, his ass got it.
I might as well go get them because it ain't like we're gonna win no more because they're getting their ass kicked right now. I just looked at my phone.
Man, it's 7 points, LFJ. They still in there, man.
It'll be 14 in a few minutes. Keep watching.
Oh Lord. But yeah, check him out, man. Check him out. I'm telling you, he's good people though. But
I'm gonna tell you this: next Sunday night, come back for the party, part 2. Honestly, because we've been partying tonight, and we're gonna party again Thursday night, baby, and we'll celebrate it Sunday night. That's a fact. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. This is gonna be something to see here. But anyway, fellas, I'm out of here. But I'm gonna be listening to the rest of the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your love and support, Chris Kane. Always, brother.
Always. Go Kane.
Go Kane.
Rocky, what did you want to get into real quick before I wanted you to talk? Jeffrey O'Neill points out if we blow Ole Miss out, the ESPN team will still discredit us, and something like Ole Miss, they wouldn't have beat them if Lane was there. Yeah, and you know what? And if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle too. That's how I feel about ESPN. In fact, I love them right now. They've been our best cheerleader, honestly.
Listen, I ain't worried about that. Let me tell you something. If I would have pulled out, I wouldn't have kids. I don't give a shit about none of that. I don't care about none of that shit.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I want number 6. So you know what? Damn it, it is what it is.
Yeah, we're going after number 6. Nothing else matters but number 6 right now.
Talk about us. I don't give a shit.
Numbers. Who cares what anybody says? Fuck them.
In that kind of poetic, though, 6 and 26. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Like 6 and 26. Like, like that's what it would. We'd be considered the 2025 national champions, but still, the game being played in 26 is pretty awesome.
Look ahead a minute. How many alumni would be at Hard Rock Stadium for that game on January 19th?
Guys, can we talk about that for a second? Like, I love Irvin's antics on the sidelines, and Ray Lewis was getting hyped. I saw Daryl Jones, Edgerrin James was there, Andre Johnson was there. I mean, like, my thing is this. I'm not trying to be biased because I know other teams have players that show up, but my God, do you have a Hall of Fame that's there on the sidelines? I mean, whether college or pro, it's crazy. And they love Miami so much. They have suffered just like us these last 23 years, And that game was personal, I'm sure, for Andre Johnson. Go ahead.
Good to see it again.
Chuck Foreman was there. I saw him on television the other night. He was there. So if they make it when they make it to the national championship, as I said this morning, I expect a full-fledged section of alumni on that sideline. It's gonna be like a red carpet of Miami royalty on that sideline. It's gonna be there because, like I said earlier,
imagine the contract. Imagine the contracts, man. Look, you got everybody from Duke Johnson and Tracy Howard to Stephen McGuire, Lamar Thomas, Randall Hill, and everybody in between, man.
Every freaking era you're gonna have.
Can I throw something else out there? I mean, obviously he's there because of the ACC network coverage, but do you know how much this means to Mark Richt? I mean, he was in tears again, how happy he is for the Miami program. And Jimmy was in tears too. I mean, Jimmy, I mean, that just means so much to me because for Richt, I mean, he coached here, he played here, and then Johnson, nobody could tell me, Jimmy Johnson would have been Bobby Bowden.
Listen, Stallion, if we win the national title, it wouldn't surprise me if Mario Cristobal let Jimmy Johnson hoist the trophy with the team behind him. I mean, look, he's already said he changed him and his brother's life. He's already came out with that. I mean, there's nothing but love and respect, obviously, between Cristobal and JJ.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And even though Erickson was technically his actual coach, but it was Jimmy that got him on the campus.
Right. Jimmy gave him a scholarship. So
that's right. So, yeah.
He took a chance.
So what did you want to talk about tonight, Rocky? We still got a few minutes and so forth like that. I've still got, if the chat link is in the box, if anybody that hasn't come on wants to come on for a few minutes. What did you want to talk about tonight, Rocky?
I want to get into silly season. I want to get into this transfer portal.
Yeah.
I want to tell Kane Nation right now on here on Stallion Speaks, chill out. Chill out. We're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All day today, all I've been seeing and all I've been reading was, man, they're having no visits this weekend. What's Mario doing? This guy's going this place. This guy's going that place. This is why I call it silly season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, to the fans of the Hurricanes, Mario and our staff has not forgot that the transfer portal is open for the next 2 weeks. And I guarantee you, behind the scenes, there's actions being taken. All right. So, I think Cristobal should allow Will Smith. Yeah, I think so too.
Yes. Yeah, that needs to just be done. Yeah, that needs to happen. Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
But there is no way that they're going to let this transfer portal fall between the cracks. There are currently over 3,500 players right now in the freaking transfer portal. They aren't going to all make commitments between now and Thursday. I promise you. In fact, they probably aren't going to make commitments at all, the majority of them. The next thing I wanted to say is that Mario has built, you would swear, guys, that the roster that we have coming in behind this one was just chopped liver, which it's not. Man, we have got a young core that Mario has put in place here at the U, man. If you go down our roster, yeah, they're unproven. They don't have a lot of experience, but these guys have got some mega upside. So we don't need 4 linebackers, 5 DBs, 2 quarterbacks, 6 receivers. I mean, everybody that jumps in, every name you see, people are just jumping at me. We got to get this guy. We got to get that guy. Said, no, we got to supplement with the right people, the roster that we have coming back in 2026, right? Just like they're doing, I think the best example of this right now is a wide receiver with the kid from South Carolina. They could have went after TJ Moore or Cam Coleman or some of the other names, but they didn't. They're going after a guy that they picked out, that they have scouted, that's got speed, that can take the top off of defense, that can open things up for Malachi Toney, for JoJo Trader, for Dalen Upshaw. All right. So they're doing their homework as to the need and the structure of the player at each position that can complement what they have coming back. So don't flip out because they don't get, this name or that name. Today it was Hoover's going to Indiana from TCU. That happened today. We will be fine.
Can I throw this out there? And Larry, I want you to chime in as well. And then Brandon, just hang tight with me. I'll bring you on, brother. I see you backstage. You'll get your 5 minutes. I almost want to be at the fact that you finish this story out. The portal extends a little bit longer for the teams that are still in it, by the way, number one. Okay. That's number two. We're going to have so many people wanting to come here that we can pick and choose. That's where we're at right now at this point, that we're not desperate. Look how the fucking narrative has changed from 3 years ago where we were desperate trying to get anybody here, and we're not doing that anymore.
The whole thing about QB. Yeah, the whole thing is about QB right now. We better hurry. We don't have to hurry. No, it's not being like we don't have ongoing discussions, and LFJ, you can speak to this, behind the scenes going on with some of these top quarterbacks. It may not be being reported that we don't have discussions going on, but since when has that changed with Mario Cristobal? It's always been under the table and behind the scenes and behind closed doors.
And it's got to be a fit. The team chemistry. They got to fit the team chemistry. Go ahead, Larry.
Let's look at it for what it is. Okay. Please believe Miami has somebody working the transfers, the potential transfers right now. Somebody's working it. My understanding is they have the staff, they have the recruiters and everybody at the recruiting department. They're looking at what's what. They're still having their meetings, but more focus is being put on the team by the coaching staff. The recruiting staff is getting everything lined up. They're watching who goes where, but check this out. This is the beauty about where we are right now. If by some stretch of the imagination Ole Miss finds a way to win, then the portal closes on January the 16th, 3 days before the national championship. So if Ole Miss eliminates us on Thursday, that gives us a little over a week, and guess what? We will get in there and hit that portal hard and start getting guys in. Should we win, which I expect we will, and get to January 19th, guess what? The portal has to extend. You get 5 days after your season is over. So guess what? January 19th is the national championship game. That means we have until the 24th. The portal does not close until the national champion does their business. With that being said, everybody that potentially is on Miami's radar, I don't expect too many big signings right now because everybody's going to watch what's happening. Sorsby's coming down here to Baton Rouge. I saw that shit. Guess what? I'm not worried about it because it's down to LSU and Miami anyway. He's not signing. I'd be very surprised if he signs with LSU.
Won't happen.
He's going to wait to see what happens. And truthfully, I think Sorsby to Miami is going to be a done deal.
I think so too.
The money, listen, and the thing about it is, and I'm laughing, every game that Miami wins is more money that they could top the chicken man, Todd Gravy.
I know. And it's free money. It's not even like we're reaching in our alumni money or the.
It ain't coming out. It ain't coming out the roster budget. So at the end of the day, Miami keeps winning. Guess what? Sorsby, I think in the back of his mind, Sorsby knows what he wants to do. And also,
absolutely.
Who do you want to go to? Who would you rather go to? An upstart. It is what it is. I know Lane has a great reputation with quarterbacks, but his reputation ain't all that good right now. LSU ain't looking all that good.
You want to go there to rebuild, or you want to come here to
rebuild, and you want to come to the national champions, or
go for back-to-back
short for
with a lot of pieces. With a lot of pieces coming.
Following, and check this out. This is another selling point to get Sorsby. You're going to come in here following Cam Ward, who won a Heisman, and you're going to follow Carson Beck, who pretty much probably will win a national championship. Both of them, Cam went number 1. Beck is going to get his draft position up. So you're going to be next in line. You get paid and you get to run it back.
Mm-hmm.
We're good.
But Stallion, I swear, according to some of our fan base right now, you know what? We're saved because Garrett Nussmeier entered the portal today. So we're saved.
Well, and remember, this is the same
like
fan
he's
base.
the only thing that's going to be left for us.
And this is the same fan. And there's some people in this fan base that think me and Larry don't love this fucking team and wanted us to fail. I mean, you're out of your brain. Yeah. Brandon Brock, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother.
Oh my God,
baby, thank you for holding. Jay, I'll get you next.
Up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Go Canes, go Canes.
Oh, man, welcome to the party.
Man, I just couldn't resist going back to what y'all was saying about the alumni is gonna be there, and I was like, man, if we get to that national championship game, it ain't gonna be no seats for the fans because the alumni gonna have it loaded.
And they're probably the ones that can afford them tickets, but they'll be on the sidelines. I mean, shit, I was looking at that. Whoa!
So, we'll have the end zone, Brandon. We'll have the end zones, baby.
The water boy, shit.
It's gonna be loaded, man. That's gonna really be the scene. And man, whoever our opponent is, they can just hang it up. Cause Hard Rock gonna be noisy, bro. Like, I mean, man, it's gonna be off the chain. But I'm not worried about Ole Miss. The only thing good was saying was like, Chambliss, he can scramble. Our defensive linemen, we ain't like, we don't have like just say fast, speedy guys on the defensive line. But man, I think that their offensive line just cannot handle our defensive line. And that's gonna be trouble, man.
That's what I've been saying. And the other side too, their offensive line can't handle it, and their defensive line will not be able to handle the beef that we have up front.
No, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna smash mouth them. And that's what I was saying earlier on U-Talk this morning. When I typed in, I said that the passing game needs to be a bigger presence. But I wasn't saying like that needs to be like the bread and butter. I ain't saying Carson Beck got to throw 300-400 yards, all that. If it happens, it happens. But I'm just saying, just because our passing game has been so mild, in the playoffs, just have a bigger showing from the passing game. You know what I mean? But the run game.
I think we hit some of those shots, Brandon, this play.
Yeah.
Shot plays.
I like a lot of play action. Go ahead, Rocky, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah. I think the run game is gonna be so crazy to where that's gonna kind of take away from the pass game. You know what I mean? Because I can see probably a few runs that's gonna be chunk yards. You know what I mean? This Ole Miss game, man. I think we just come out with our heads down, just ready to take care of business, and that's what's gonna happen. I think by the fourth quarter. Our starters should be relaxing, man.
But Brandon, what do you think? I mean, Chris thinks that my 17-point prediction's too low, that I'm being too nice or whatever. But I'm just going with what I saw from the teams. I said that we were 14 points better than A&M, and if the wind wasn't a factor and those kicks go in, we actually win by that margin. We actually win by 16. I said we were 10 points better than Ohio State, despite the better saying they were 10 points better. I actually predicted the right score. Am I being too generous with this 17-point beatdown that we're going to give Ole Miss on Thursday night?
You saying winning by 17 or
yes, sir. No doubt. 17. I don't know what the score is going to be, but the margin is going to be 17. You might even get it. They might even get a cheap touchdown against our backups at the end to make it look.
That's what I was going to say. It could be a bit manipulated. That's what I was going to say. It could be a bit manipulated because, just like I said, we may be ahead by that, but then what happens if, it is like that? We put the starters, down at the fourth quarter, and they score a touchdown or two. You know what I mean? But I think we'll have a nice cushion, to win in that game. I don't think I don't see it coming down to like a last play or anything like that because again, in the trenches, we too powerful for them. So the only thing that's gonna piss us off is if Dawson is just calling some stupid shit, I
don't think he will. He called a great game. I mean, it's capable. I think he'll call a good game again. I was really impressed with his game plan against Ohio State. I really was. The only thing and I'll stop your time. The only thing that I had a problem with, and he even admitted it to Gary Furman afterwards, Rocky, if you heard this, is that when we had the ball with 2 minutes to go, we really should have ran the ball with Fletcher more, maybe even get Brown there at the time or Pringle, whoever. But we tried to pass it. That's when the sack happened. Then we tried to do the end around with Tony that Arnell Reese blew up or whatever. And, then we were kind of out of field goal range. I mean, realistically, we should have had 3 points there, if not another touchdown, or run out the clock before they even get down.
He mentioned he got greedy.
He got greedy. Yeah. Right. And realistically, I was surprised we didn't run the ball because we had been running Larry and Rocky and Brandon up to that point. And it's like, why go away from that? Honestly, make them use their timeouts and get the clock down there and so forth like that. So, thank God his field goal missed the Ohio State kicker. So
it was definitely a time like to make them, use that timeout, put pressure on them and make them have to scramble a little bit to try to come up with something. And, I certainly didn't like that end and around call. I mean, from the time he went in motion, man, I was like, oh my God, come on, man, don't do that. Show enough.
Listen, not against that defense, with that speed and size, man. Sideline to sideline, they were a legit defense. And like Larry said, man, Jeremiah Smith was the best player, not only on the field that night, but in college football. And if it wasn't for his 100 and something yards, that's a blowout, baby. That's a fucking blowout the other night. So,
and we do that too a lot. We'll come out at some point. You gotta expect like where we do that kind of flat head scratching to have us fans like, what the fuck are we doing? Like we can come out, score about 2 touchdowns in a row and be looking good, and then something like the second quarter or that third quarter, it just looked like a shit show on one side, either their offense or their defense. Like it never just keeps up like through the entire game. And that was, that was even back against like Bethune-Cookman and against South Florida and shit. Like we had that middle of the game or something there. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, like we said, we would call it taking our foot off the gas and getting conservative and all that shit. Like, we have those moments. So I call us like, the San Antonio Spurs of college football.
That's a good comparison. So
one thing did that a lot. Yeah, one thing I hope they did work on, Brandon, and they actually mentioned it in the press conferences. I hope they worked on ball security. Fletcher had a fumble. Malachi Tony had a couple of fumbles that bounced back to him. That could have went the other way. That's one thing I hope that they work on, in practice for the Fiesta Bowl. And they did. They mentioned it, that they were emphasizing it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, man. Caleb Downs, man, that guy was a real player too because he almost had Tony's number. He put the damn helmet on the ball every damn time, man. But thank God, like you said, Larry Frank, Jesus is looking out for us because that ball bounced right back in our hands. Thank God. So,
listen. We got baby Jesus on the team, and this is God's team. This year.
Amen, brother.
Amen. We're owed it. We're owed it. Brandon, you got 1 minute, brother. What else you got, man? Before I get Jay on here.
Yeah, I think it was experience. You know what I'm saying? Malachi Tony is a freshman, and in these moments like this here, these are big moments. So he has to kind of stay focused, get down off of that high, what you did in the season, and understand that the job ain't done yet. Like, keep grinding. That GABOS that he wears on his nose, man. Remember that. Keep that in mind, the entire time, even in his playoff time. And I think though he'll tighten that ball up more. next game.
I agree with that. So, yeah. All right, Brandon. Well, listen, thanks for tuning in, brother. Next week, we're going to have another party on Stallion Speaks. I hope you come on. All right, brother? Go Canes, man. So,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
absolutely. Jay, welcome to Stallion Speaks. Thank you for waiting patiently, brother. And speak your piece, Jay.
What up, fellas? Y'all can hear me loud and clear?
Oh, you're
Loud and clear.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. I had to get me some headphones because usually when I called in, my shit be kind of, you know what I'm saying? But first, I want to say great win. We did what we had to do. I kept telling people, and I said, football is played on the field, is not played in the media. And I kept saying, and I said, lace your boots up. We got to play ball at the end of the day. Stars don't win you football games. Stars do not win you football games. Players win football games. Discipline win football games, right? Hawaii State is a great team. They just went ahead and played a better team, a more focused team, a team what now so long was really hungry. You get a starving team. Miami been starving the whole year. You get what I'm saying? Miami heard everybody talk about them, but Hawaii State is in the back. It's time to look forward. When I said Tommy Castellanos earlier, I was on another podcast. They disagree with me. I don't mean Tommy Castellanos as a throwing quarterback. I mean Tommy Castellanos as a twitchy quarterback. Somebody who's quick in short spaces. We prepared for a lot of running quarterbacks this year. Byron Brown is another one who's big. He'll truck you. He fumbled. What's another one? Another quarterback, Drones. He ran. He fumbled. Right? Lagway. Drones, Lagway. The Pitt quarterback, CJ Bailey didn't score to the last minute of the game. Jennings, right? Miami know what they have to do to win a football game. Corey Heatherman, he knows what he's going to have to do. The fact that you got speed guys like Stroggins and Lightfoot on the edge, what could roam around there, they know what they got to do. We've seen it before. It's nothing that we haven't seen. Another credit I have to give to Ole Miss. Ole Miss played Georgia before. They already had this script. It's like when you taking a class over again. If you failed a class, you got to retake the next class, the same class you failed. You kind of already know what the professor's going to give you, right? Ole Miss played Georgia before. They knew what to expect.
That's right.
Ole Miss never played Miami.
Right.
They never played Miami. So it's like all this fast-paced up-tempo. We seen that before. We seen that. I saw Ole Miss rush 4 and couldn't get to Gunner Stockton. I see Ohio State send a blitz and couldn't get to Bet. The one thing I have noticed what Ohio State did was they played off ball with a lot of receivers we had. The whole game, they gave us like 5 yards off ball. Ole Miss like to play man on man. We have receivers who could beat you man on man. The only thing I don't want Bet to do is get greedy. Do not get greedy. Take what's there. If it's the 5 underneath route, take it. If it's a comeback by CJ, take it. If it's a deep shot, they playing man-to-man, one safety over the top, take it. If Fletcher is giving you 6-7 on the ground, run the ball.
Or check down. Do a short pass. He's got hands.
Don't force it. The big play is going to happen because you know why? I have a vision that Fletcher is going to run for 220. And when he runs that ball for 220, I promise you, they're going to come down and right over the top. Right over the fucking top. I promise you. CJ Daniels, if didn't get injured, was one of our best route runners this season. Did you guys remember what he did at the goal line versus FSU? That cornerback one-on-one coverage. Left him in the mud. Left him in the fucking mud.
And did you like that play call? Jay, what about the play call? The same play call that he scored against Florida State is what he picked up the key third down that got us first and goal there at the end. It was the exact same play. Go ahead. Yep.
They took away Tony and they forced us to say, do we have anybody else? Yes, we do. We have CJ. We have Marion. We have Lofton.
Yep.
We have JoJo came in that one play. And you know what's the crazy part? What people not talking about? Everybody blocks. Everybody get a man.
I saw Malinois block it out wide. Like
this team is disciplined. Yep. Brocken Myers picked up his game. I want to see Lacey go head on with Torrey.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing with a lot of people
would knock his ass.
Right.
Shoulder.
That other shoulder will be done if he doesn't.
Listen to what I'm saying, fellas.
Yep.
Miami not only tackle you, but they tackle you with aggression.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They're not just trying to wrap you up. They tackling you, but it's you can hear them pads to pads. You get what I'm saying? You can hear that clap. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, Keywan, I'm waiting for it. Keywan Lacey in that damn swing pass that they run with Keontae Scott or Jacoby Thomas coming downhill. I'm waiting.
Listen to me. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. OJ and Damari have been practicing. I'm not worrying about that. I am not worrying about that. UM is a medical school, so I know they got some of the best doctors. I'm not worrying about that shit. They have one of the best medical programs in the nation. University of Miami Hospital is one of the best hospitals in the nation. About the transfer quarterback situation, they say tonight, sources, that Buddy from Cincinnati source be supposed to be making his decision. Let me tell you something. As y'all say, Miami, the loafers, they work behind the scenes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things don't have to be said. You feel me? Actions speak louder than words. You see what the fuck Cristobal doing. These quarterbacks looking what Cristobal doing. All Cristobal got to say is, listen, look where we at. Look where we at. And if we win, I'm telling you right now, if we win it all, we have a lot of talent coming back. A lot of talent coming back. A lot of people don't know. We have 30 deep recruiting class, a top 10 recruiting class. A top 10 recruiting. We have 30 recruits deep. As I said, this is the game. I see Tony getting off to about 100 yards. I see Marion getting about 90. I see CJ getting about 90. I could see a screen on the play with Pringle to the house. The only thing is, as I told people, it's just about discipline. Don't switch up what you've been doing. Don't change up anything what you've been doing. Take what the defense have given you. If they're going to disrespect you and play man-to-man, take their head off their fucking body. If they're going to disrespect you and play off-ball, take what they're giving you. Do a slant. Do a post. Take what they're giving you. Take what they're giving you. A lot of people say, Ole Miss going to play hurry ball. Louisville did that to us. We figured out in 2 plays and we stopped it. We stopped it.
And Jay, as you're speaking, I'm looking, and this is for everybody on Stallion Speaks. I'm looking at a comment on X where right there on the podium, they've got a Ole Miss wide receiver that they're asking questions about, and the quote reads, "We have a great O-line, and we're not really worried about their D-line. They're going to protect us all night, so we really won't change."
Hey, listen.
Hey, that's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on some material.
What's his name? Let's send him a present.
Listen, guys.
Here we go.
Listen, guys.
About their D-line. Our O-line's great. They're going to protect us. They're going to change the offense.
God bless those guys, man. God bless those guys. If Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and fucking Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver, you saw what happened with those 4 receivers. What make you any different? What make you any different?
Worse than those 2 O-lines.
Georgia got to Georgia. This the problem.
Man, I can't.
Georgia got to Chambliss. They just couldn't bring him down. Georgia got to Chambliss. They just couldn't bring him down. Larry, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this. The thing I like about Ruben Bain and Mesidor, and it showed, you remember that play when they were on an outside run to the left side with Bo Jackson, right? And Bain told the tackle, "Get the fuck out my way," and stuff Bo Jackson in the backfield, right?
Yeah.
Short arms. Remember that? Yeah.
Thank you. And he was, and Cassius Howard was projected over him. Remember that also.
Awful.
We don't only have pass rushers. We have run stoppers.
Yeah.
So they could, bro, I'm telling you guys right now, bro, the work is not over. And I'm going to say this last thing. Can you guys imagine how that sideline is going to look in Miami Gardens?
I see.
Can you guys, Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, Trina, Andre Johnson, Ed Reed? I could, Vince Wilfork, Sapp. We could go on and on.
And like Patrick Collier said, man, we need to let Willis McGahee on that sideline.
Clinton Portis, Ignorant James. Ken Dorsey,
yeah.
I'm telling you, Miami, if y'all listening right now, do your job. Don't force nothing. Never underestimate your opponent. But god damn it, bro, we got the best fucking defense in the world, bro. We got the best defense in college football. Stars don't mean a motherfucking thing. Coaching do and discipline too. And these kids got to buy in, and they bought in. They bought in. You get what I'm saying?
It's us against the world. It's us against the world. It's
And
us, not Ohio against the world. It's us against the world. Go ahead.
And last thing I'm going to say this. They love to throw the ball. They love to go deep. And we love to intercept the ball. Let's see how that's going to go.
Yes,
they
sir.
love to throw. We have one of the best ball hawking freshmen back there. Try him if you want to.
I'm going to say the same thing, Jay.
Try him if you want to.
Saying that at Ohio State. They can want to go deep all they want. And they did a couple times OSU did. But for the most part, Julian Sand was under fire all night. What makes you think this is going to be any different? Ole Miss's O-line is worse than what Ohio State's was supposed to be. What makes you think this is going to be any different?
Try
you think
him.
Chambers is running for his life against Georgia? He ain't seen shit yet.
And we have depth. Why would you open up your mouth and say something? Why would you? Like that's just, and I know right now, Bane probably, okay, let me add this in my book. Who said that? Okay, let me just write this down, take a note of this, because after the game, listen, guys, we got this game. I'm not looking over my opponent. Everybody keep talking about Chambers. Chambers can't win you the game on defense, fellas. Chambers, if you got Washington State putting up 24 points on you, what are we talking about? You got Florida. We beat Florida putting up 24 points on you. What are we saying? What are we saying? Carson Beck haven't turned over the ball. What the fuck are we saying? Carson Beck been there. He's 35-5. He's 35-5.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
That's the one, Jay. I still can't figure it out.
The same quarterback who everybody was saying Georgia was in a rush to get loose, to leave. He's 35-5.
That just keeps winning. He just keeps winning.
It doesn't have to look
He's a new Dorsey. He's the new Dorsey, and he wears 11. He really does. So, I mean,
playoff football doesn't have to look pretty. You just got to win. So if it means giving fucking Mark Fletcher the fucking football and Marty Brown the fucking football, their running defense is ranked 67th in the fucking nation.
Facts. And Ball had a huge game against them. So
Shannon Dawson, run the fucking football.
Yep.
Run the fucking football.
Georgia gassed the shit out of him. Nate Frazier gassed the shit out of him
until he got injured.
And here's the thing. If when Fletcher gets tired, give him some Marty Brown, because Brown was ready to fucking roll over somebody, man. He was ready, fresh.
And you know what I love about Marty Brown is when you think you tackle him, he just keep pushing for them extra 3-4 yards.
Churning. Yep.
Guys, great show. The only thing I'm gonna ask you, Talk, and you also, Stallion, just give me a post podcast after we win the Fiesta Bowl. That's all I'm gonna ask.
You know what? I'll do it.
That's all
I will do it. I will do it.
That's
I will
because
do it.
we need this. We need it. We need fans to come up to share their because it's been a long fucking time, fellas, bro.
If Larry and Utah can't do it, I'll take it this week, because they were kind enough to do it New Year's Eve night or whatever. I'll make sure that we do it Thursday night.
I would say, Stallion, let's just go ahead on and plan for it, because I know D with his work schedule, it ain't gonna work. It worked for me last week because I was off. We were both off New Year's Day, but it's a regular week, so I know we got to go back.
Yeah,
I would say go ahead on and plan it.
Yeah, I'll plan it. I'll have it. I'll have it.
I appreciate it, fellas, man. I think we need it. I think. And we're on for in the Fiesta. This team is different. We're not worrying about the past. We focusing on us as a group, and this team is together. Get that podcast ready, and hopefully I can see you guys at the tailgate. I'm going to be at the tailgate. Rocky, Stallion, Frank, if y'all guys can make it down here, I'd love to see you guys, man, down here at the tailgate and experiencing that experience, a one-in-a-lifetime experience, and put that 6-banner trophy up. And God damn it, man, Jimmy Johnson going to be at the game. So we can't lose this fucking game. We can't lose this fucking game. Jimmy Johnson is going to be at the fucking game. You guys keep doing your thing. Stallion, keep doing your thing. You talk, Rocky, with your opinions. I love your takes. You guys have a good night. Go Canes.
Go Canes, baby. Brother Jay in the house, man. So, yeah. Jeffrey O'Neill, I hope the refs will call an even game, because they always find a way to make one or two ridiculous calls. We're going when we are about to put the game out of reach. Yeah, I honestly, Jeff, I'm not worried about it. I don't know who's going to be the refs in this game. If I am probably going to think it's probably a Big Ten officiating crew this go around or what have you, and they don't have any love for the SEC. I mean, I'm sure they'd want the easier matchup for their Big Ten school that's happening in the other semifinal. And before we go, guys, I want to get Idiot of the Week in here because I've got one. But real quick, I do want to talk about the other game with Indiana, Oregon. What are your all's thoughts in that other game? Let's just give that, because I'm sure, and I'm curious what the chat box is thinking. I mean, because, either way, you got two asshole coaches. I mean, you had the one guy run it up on the other. Cignati is like a mini Jim Tressel. I looked at him. He looks like Jim Tressel a little bit with them glasses and the little outfits. But anyway, my thing is that who do you all want if we obviously we got to win to get there, but who would you want? Whether it's a personal matchup or we match up better style-wise, what's your all's thoughts, Larry, Rocky, in the chat box? I'll tell you who I want, but go ahead.
I want the Ducks. I want the Ducks, and I'll tell you why I want the Ducks. I do not want Indiana because Indiana is playing with house money. Their defensive line, though it's not better than Miami's, I think it's a close second. Very physical, and they're very similar to Miami up front. Yeah. I prefer the Ducks because I just feel like, listen, you got that young freshman quarterback, Dante Moore. And I just think that they're a finesse team. Miami versus finesse teams is always a great matchup for us in our favor. And also for Mario, I mean, the redemption tour, everything's been about redemption all season from the Notre Dame game. It's been redemption matchups. And this would be the ultimate redemption matchup to win it all. I just want that. And deep down inside, I've always said, that damn Duck, I just like to see Sebastian just punch the fuck out that Duck, man.
Oh, I know. Can I also say this? He can ride his little motorcycle into the fucking ocean or whatever like that. I will say this much before Rocky, you say anything. Brandon Brock mentioned something a few comments ago that if we do win number 6, we all need to chip in money and get a jersey for Joey Galloway or whatever like that. And you know what? Let's all chip in before we send it. Stop in Knoxville, and what I'll do is I'll get up and I'll do one of them old routines at the old strip club Chippendales, wipe it between the ball sweat between my ass and my nuts, and then send it right to his sorry ass up there in Connecticut.
With a note saying that you wiped it between your legs.
I did. And it'll be like, suck my tape, Ohio tank. So there you go. So that's what it's going to be right there. So, yeah. That's old Chippendale. That's the Italian stallion right there, baby. And dip my balls in marinara sauce while you're at it. Rocky, what's your thoughts? Who do you want, Oregon or the Hoosiers?
Jeez, what a show! I'm like Larry. I want the Ducks, and I think we're going to get the Ducks, and I'll tell you why. Yep. It's hard. It's really hard to beat a team twice.
And I had that up here. Yeah.
And the way I saw Oregon's defense play. Now, granted, Texas Tech's offense wasn't great, but those guys were playing with another pep in their step in that game, in that Orange Bowl. And I think Dan Lanning's going to have them ready this time. They know the tendencies now. They can go back to the film and basically break down what happened in that loss at Outson, and they can come up. They can come up and take it to Indiana. Second thing, I'm very, very much, and this is a little side note, I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing our old friend Malik Benson. I want him in the national championship game down at Hard Rock. I want a piece of him. Just from the Florida State days, et cetera. And just what LFJ said, the ultimate win for Mario. What better than to have a shot at your old team in a national championship game at Hard Rock Stadium? The ultimate redemption for Mario Cristobal after everything that, let's face it, we've thrown at him at some points in time. The media's thrown at him, throughout the season. His colleagues, his peers at some points in time. What better stage than to have your old team that you play with from out west to take down? That's why I want the Ducks. I'm not so much afraid of Oregon. LFJ is right. They're a similar team to us. They've bullied everybody this year. They wouldn't bully us. I would argue that. But I want the Quackers. I want Oregon. That's what I want.
Do you know what else? Why I wanted Oregon more than anything is because Phil Knight had a Dan Gilbert. Not to throw NBA, but if you remember the ridiculous comment that Dan Gilbert made when he was butthurt when LeBron left Cleveland to join the Big Three in Miami, he made the comment, "Oh, Cleveland's going to win a title before the Big Three ever do," and he's just talking out his ass, emotional, and everything like that, as Dan Gilbert does with his fucking little bow tie. But Phil Knight kind of made kind of a little thing like that as well, where he was like, "Oh, Oregon's going to win a title before Miami ever does with Mario." When he was butthurt that Mario went back home, and now we have a coach that's really going to take us to the promised land. And I hope that Mario basically just says, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah, it's sour grapes because his money couldn't buy Mario back to
That's it.
Eugene. That's all that is.
I mean, listen, it was just borrowed time. Mario wanted to come home, and realistically, he has put he's put a lot into this, and it needs to pay off for him. Nobody's worked harder, nobody's put more hours in, and look, I've been critical of him. Everybody knows who's been critical of him, but at the same time, the accountability needed to be there because we knew what we could be. Larry, you know what I'd almost love to argue? I'm going to try to pull a clip from one of the first shows when you guys had me on years ago on Utah, when I said, what you're going to get with Mario is this. And I think that he is the guy to bring us back. Now, it was a little frustrating because honestly, it's kind of scary to think about how really in bad a shape we were. If you think about the personnel we had, not really having people looked at draft-wise, the people that were in charge didn't give a fuck about football, even though they lied and said they did. I mean, realistically, we have the people in place that care about football, including our president now. I mean, he's on the sidelines in a damn uniform practically, like another coach rooting for us on the sidelines. And with that in place right now, we ain't going anywhere, guys. So realistically, give me the Oregon, in that storyline. Go ahead.
I have to give you props. Well, another thing about Oregon also is because the fans, they were so mad at Mario. And I think people forget the situation with Mario coming to Miami is damn near similar to what Lane with going to Baton Rouge. The only difference was Mario waited until the end of the season, whereas Lane did it in the middle of or the beginning of the playoff run. But I think people forget Mario's mother was sick and then she passed away not long after. So can you really blame him at the time for wanting to come back to his dream school, which offered him? He didn't call them. They offered him, just like LSU offered Lane, and he came home. But no, I wanted to give credit, Stallion. I put it in the group chat the other day. The season turned whenever you called Mario out and said he'd fuck up a wet dream.
And the whorehouse comment, I mean,
like that did it right there, man. He's like, this man would fuck up a wet dream. I don't know if Mario saw that, and at the end of the day, reality set in, because like you said, the man wouldn't even get it right with 3 hookers, man. If you gave him 3 hookers, man, like that shit had changed.
Yeah, I mean, I was just so because you want to know something, guys. Look, I know football, and I know my Miami Hurricanes, and I know that there have been some people that would love to challenge my knowledge and everything, and that's fine. And you've even said, let's get it on Utah, and nobody has stepped up to the plate, and that's fine. Because they would lose. It would be just as bad, if not worse, as when Chris Kane schooled that sorry Seminole ass guy that you all had on there. That was just ridiculous. That was supposed to be a fight, and that was like actually a 187 when I remember that.
That was Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul.
Yeah, that really was. And so the point is that I just know my team, and I knew what this team was capable of. And this is what I'm going to point to you guys before we get to Idiot of the Week. When the last trash game ended, and I'm glad to know that Mississippi State quarterback is okay, because that didn't look good. That injury at the end in a meaningless bowl game there at the end. I'm glad he's going to be okay, because I thought he had like a Willis-like type injury with the leg. But when that last trash game ended, okay, I actually messaged you guys, and I said, guys, who would have thought that there are 3 games left there's 2 bowl games in the national championship game. And if you want to call it Orange Bowl Part 2, you might as well call it that, in Hard Rock on the 19th. There's 4 teams left, and we're one of the 4 left. I mean, who the fuck would have thought that in July or us going into that Notre Dame weekend? Go ahead, Rocky.
You know what I did, Stallion LFJ, whenever you said that? I went back and I watched the post game that Mario had after the Middle Tennessee State loss. And I just watched that for about 8 minutes. And as he was going through his whole spiel with the media, I was just thinking back to that time and going, look where we were. Look how low we were whenever he first got here, just 4 years ago, and where we are now. Because after that Middle Tennessee State game, we all thought, oh my God, we made the wrong decision. This is trash, garbage. And it's amazing how far we've come in 4 years through some of the frustrations, ours included, right? But you got to hand it to Mario. And damn it, I'm going to keep saying it. That's one stubborn motherfucker because he did it his way. He's doing it his way. But you know what? His way is working. Yeah. And he's a little bit. I'll say a little bit. He's kind of shut us up a little bit too. If you look at us, and we got to give him all the props in the world for where we are now. And Stallion, you're absolutely right. We are one of the last 4 teams playing in the 2025-2026 season. And that is something you said. I said one last thing. I said whenever Mario got hired, I was actually happy because I didn't like the other guy. But whenever he got hired, I said this. I put a post up and I said, for all the young Hurricane fans, it's going to be really nice for them to finally get a feel of what success is with the Mario Cristobal. I said it's going to take some time because this is a rebuild. I said, but there will be a point. There's going to be frustrations, but there will be a point whenever we'll get to bask in the glory again and in the light. And here we are with the opportunity to do it at home in Miami for a national title.
And I believe it's going to happen. Rocky, you got a question from Anthony. At the top guys at quarterback with Carson graduating, do you have any updates on who Miami's targeting at that position? I understand we're still playing, but I guess maybe he missed your talk earlier about what you were talking about with the quarterback. So if you can answer that.
LFJ, you can probably speak to it, but as far as I know, we're going for the top guy. We're going for Sorsby.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
And that's still on the table. He's going to wait.
And we're not going to – and there's no way we're not going to – this is what kills me. We're not going to settle at quarterback where we're not going after Lagway or who's the backup to Chambliss at Ole Miss that went
God,
what's his name? Austin
Simmons.
Yeah,
He's from Miami.
I get it, but he has no experience. We're not going after an inexperienced guy in the portal, just like some of these other positions. Mario is going to supplement the young talent that we have coming up. Something else I don't want to say with veterans, for the most part. Now, if there's a diamond out there like that kid from Minnesota that's a redshirt sophomore, that's Coy Parrish, the safety, that's an absolute stud. Yeah, we're going to get that because he's instant impact. But for the most part, he's going to go after veterans to something because if you look at our roster, it's talented, it's young for 2026. So he's going to go after mostly veterans like we've been doing. But as far as I know, we're going to go after the number one guy.
I would also say that with the recruits, whether it's been high school, and Larry, you touched on it too, so did you, Rocky. Not only are we looking at this transfer portal, the one thing that I was upset with was I didn't like the evaluations early on with the recruiting classes because that was his stronghold, was the recruiting. And, look, it's been talked about to death, but I'm just going to throw out there, you had Zoe as another guy that could help, and you didn't use that, and whatever happened there, it's unfortunate, but I'm glad that the evaluations have gotten better because there were a lot of guys that were supposed to be can't misses and they haven't done shit, whether they went somewhere else or they've done something here. This was the best that has been hitting. And the other thing is this new dog class that's just come in. They're getting to practice right now with these guys. They're not going to get in the game, but they are getting an early spring practice before spring practice happens in March. These reps are invaluable to get Jackson Cantwell and Wingo ready to go when we need them next August. Honestly, because they're the future.
And they were able to travel with the team because I saw earlier that a running back, I think one of the stud backs that they got, he was able to start practicing and he was able to go to the Cotton Bowl and obviously couldn't play, but he was on the sidelines, had a jersey on. He's getting the full experience.
Yep, and that's huge. That's huge to get these practice reps right now going up against the guys that aren't even going to be on this roster in the spring because they're going to be in Indianapolis getting ready for pro days and draft,
Right,
and everything
right.
like that. So yeah, for sure. So real quick, guys, I wanted to do Idiot of the Week before we get out of here. It's been a great show, guys. I really love the support, and we've gotten so many views tonight and so forth. But does anybody have an Idiot of the Week? I have one that but I want everybody else to go first. And LNV, I love your Idiot of the Week. The Notre Dame fans still saying, well, if we had been in, well, you're not in, okay? And you could have shit the bed when you got in there anyway and ruined another spot. We don't even know that for a fact. So keep talking your hypotheticals, Notre Dame fans. But what do you guys think? Who are your idiots of the week this week?
Go, Rocky.
LFJ, you first this week, man. I got you. I had you last week.
I ain't going.
He did screw you last week. So,
he can't get me tonight. I got multiple idiots of the week, but my first one, I already said it earlier, was Kirby with that damn play calling and doing what he does. But that ain't my main idiot of the week. My main idiots, pluralized, of the week. I want you guys, after the show and everybody watching in the chat, go to Michael Irvin's channel. He detailed the aftermath of the Miami game and the Miami victory. So Michael Irvin, as we all know, post-game is always going to get an opposing team's jersey and put it on a trash can or a cooler, take his belt off and put BTA, belt to ass, and beat the shit out of him.
That's right.
So my idiots of the week are those Ohio State bitches that were so sensitive. Michael Irvin offered $200 for somebody's shirt. He was talking to a bunch of Ohio State fans. He took out $200. He said, hey, I need a shirt. I need a shirt. I need a shirt. Those bitches were so sensitive, they would not take their jersey or their shirts off and give it to him. And finally, one guy said, you know what? They lost. Fuck them. I'll buy another one. Give me them $200. And he threw him his shirt. So shouts out to him. But it was like 3 guys that he went to. Go watch his channel. You'll see it. You'll see it. Those are my idiots of the week. You are so sensitive. You're so sensitive and in your feelings that you already lost the game. Hell.
I think $200 would have made me feel at least better. I mean, honestly.
Hey, then you're getting it from Michael Irvin, and you're gonna come on.
Larry, do you know how many
a Miami shirt and somebody offers me $200 for my Miami shirt?
If if Louisville, if every Louisville alumni would offer me $200 for a Miami shirt after they beat us, like here, I'll give you $200.
Run me my money.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. You knew how mad I was when we lost to Syracuse last year. I ripped whatever Miami shirt I had on, and I threw it on the ground and kicked it and cussed Mario and that team for fucking that up for me last year.
LFJ, how bad was
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, here, gladly take the shirt. Give me $200. Did it for free.
Called in and ripped their ass.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was pissed
on him last year.
Yes. And that's the thing. Like it was warranted. And so what I'm saying is, and I did that for free. So if I had been an Ohio State fan and pissed and ripped my shirt off, said, give me my $200 so that way I'll be at least, be fine or whatever like that. So shit, at least I feel better about myself. So damn.
Right.
Oh my God. They are idiots passing up $200. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rocky, who's your idiot of the week, by the way?
Easy. Very easy and simple. Camden Curry for that dumbass comment he made. Oh, we're going to win. We can win 9 times out of 10 if each time that game was made. That's the biggest pussy-ass comment I've ever seen in my life. Instead of sitting up there with a man and say, look, they took us to it. Hats off to my opponent. This guy comes up there with a big fucking mean look on his face, like he's mad at somebody saying, oh, man, if we play that game 10 times, we win it 9 times out of 10. Well, guess what, you dumb motherfucker? You don't get 10 times. You get once. You lost. You got your ass kicked. I didn't hear your name called one time that night. You were put into the dirt. Eat it. Live with it. Go watch the film. Get better. But don't come out with some pussy-ass comment like that. That's some bullshit. My secondary, I got a secondary one. Second B is about to be John Harbaugh, who's going to lose this game tonight because they just tied the game 10-10, LFJ. Pittsburgh just tied it on an interception in the third quarter. 7 minutes left to go, baby. It's tied in Pittsburgh. Pick six. It's tied in Pittsburgh.
Who was it, Jalen?
I don't know who it was, but let me see. Okay, they must have scored before. Okay, it was an interception. They got the ball back. They inside the 20. I must have missed the score. I'm sorry. It's 10-10. Pittsburgh got the ball inside the 20. About 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Tied.
I'm so happy. We're gonna win we may win the division only to get our ass kicked in the first round.
I can't win. I can't win with this guy.
Neither can Pittsburgh.
Win with this guy.
Well, so listen. So yeah, there's multiple idiots of the week, and here's the thing. My idiot of the week was going to be Kirk Herbstreit, as well as Joey Galloway and all those motherfuckers that literally said Miami doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs. They fucked up. You can even throw Reese in there. But thank you, Desmond Howard and our guy, Nick Saban, for literally sticking with us and helping us out and changing that narrative. But those guys would have been my idiot of the week, especially Kirk Herbstreit, for not really even giving enough credit as credit due. He just sat there with his thumb up his ass, and that's what you're going to hear. And it's bad enough he's going to be calling our game Thursday night, probably sucking us off like the next person. But fuck Kirk Herbstreit.
Fuck all them guys.
And fuck his dog too. You forgot.
There you go. Yes, fuck his dog too. So,
can we do a trophy of the week real quick for somebody who did?
Yeah, we can. I'll let you do a trophy of the week.
I want to do a trophy of the week. I want to do a trophy of the week to Lane Kiffin. Lane, my man, appreciate everything you've done for the U to this point, baby.
Absolutely.
Indirectly or indirectly.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Well, and my true idiot of the week is the Notre Dame coach for chasing the fucking referee on Friday night, wanting to kick that guy's ass. I mean, I don't even know how he still has a job, Larry. I mean,
he's been reprimanded by Notre Dame.
And listen, I don't blame him from a standpoint because the referees in basketball are probably just as much trash as football, but that's not the way you go about it, dude. And what's worse is Notre Dame already has egg on their face for not sitting out of the football. Now they got this clown and everything. I mean, he is a complete buffoon, this stupid motherfucker, honestly. I mean, you never go after the referee, man. You never do that shit like that. I mean, look, hit him where it hurts in the damn, like you said, the press conference. It's not going to change the loss. And now you might be losing your job. I mean, we got to be smarter than this. Come on, man. Fuck. So real quick before we go, though, Miami versus Ole Miss Thursday night. This is serious business. We're going to handle business. Do you guys got final score predictions? And we'll get out of here. And Rocky, before you leave, we have a show after the show. If you can give me 5 minutes, just don't click off. Whatever you do, don't click off. Just let the show end. If you can do me that favor. But Larry, Rocky, go ahead with your predictions real quick. So.
Yeah, I'm originally with Chris, man, because even early on U Talk, I said we're going to beat the hell out of them. I think it'll be a 20-point margin or better. So I'm going to go 35-13.
Great score. Go ahead, Rocky.
It'll kind of be muddy early, but then we pull away later. It's going to be something like 37-20, 37-17 Canes. And look, here's the demons. I wanted to mention this too. Here's the demons we're going to exercise in this game because I think we're going to do because we're the better team. Number one, we're favored. We've been here before earlier in the season when we came off those 5 wins and went in our bye and everybody was sucking our dick and we went and we failed to Louisville. We're going to exercise that demon. Okay. Number two, Ole Miss has this so explosive offense with a mobile quarterback. I'll give it to Shameless. I think he's the best quarterback that we've seen so far, but we're going to shut him down because we're going to be more focused. We're going to be more ferocious and more relentless. And we're going to shut them down. They don't have the line. They can't block us. So we're going to exercise that demon, saying that we can't shut down that tempo offense. Okay? And the third thing is just going to be getting over the hump and getting to that national title game and handling success better than what we have in the past, which is where we are now. And that rat poison that may be out there right now, it's got to be talked about, is not going to affect us this time around. And that's going to be another way that this team's going to turn the corner after this game. Something else we can talk about after.
Amen. I think that it's going to be 34-10 with them getting a cheapy touchdown at the end to make it look a little bit better, a la Nebraska in the Rose Bowl. There's going to be complete domination Thursday night, and the teams on Friday night are really going to have something to think about for the next 13 days as they get ready for the 19th or 10 days, whatever it is, and so forth like that. But we're going into Miami with going to be the prohibitive favorite. Miami wins officially 34-17, but look for it to be 34-10 pretty early on, and it's not going to be close and so forth. And that's just what I think and so forth. So that's what I got, guys. Great show as always. To everybody that participated in the chat, thank you. Next week is going to be another party here for Stallion Speaks. Rocky, Larry, thank you for taking the time out of tonight out of your busy schedules as always to help co-host this with me. As always, guys, these Canes are still with it. Let's believe in them. Let's focus. Miami, handle your fucking business. Whip that Ole Miss rebel ass, and let's get ready for the party in the 305 on the 19th. Stallion is out.
I'm a stallion, speaking loud, no chains. From the heat of Miami where we play no games. Boxing gloves down, but my mouth still swings. Trans talk sharp like a scorpion sting. Stallion speaks. Yeah, the truth don't hide. Unfiltered and raw. Your late night guy from the ring to the mic where the real collide. Stallion speaks on the untamed tide. Stallion speaks. On the untamed tide. Gloves off mic, on feel the fire ignite. When the stallion speaks, there's no polite. From the edge of the ring to the edge of your seat, I'm the voice that bows to a ruthless beat.